Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends season number 16 playoff action. What we have tonight is one hell of a series. On the Radiant side, it is, I guess, we doing Visage. Now, on the Dire side, it's Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. Of course, both these teams come in with a different situation out of the group stage, a different situation going into the playoffs. I guess we do a message now come in having lost their first round series in playoffs. They played the top team of Group B, good twink hunting, and they lost. Meanwhile, Happy Birthday Hatsune and Miku are coming off of a win in the losers bracket, beating the skater captain Sina Pari 2-1. Of course, this is a situation where there's a lot of very fun relations between both of the two teams. Of course, there are some former teammates. If you know, a long time ago, Logical and Jinx used to be teammates way back in the days. I think season like 6 or 7. Of course, those two on good terms naturally. Of course, it should be an absolutely fantastic time. Winner of the series, it's BO3. We'll like the top 8. Loser goes home, tied for 9th place. Not where you want to be, of course. Looking at the bands, looking at the picks. Tusk, Marcy, Shadow Fiend, Morphling, Dragon Knight, Shadow Demon, Bristleback, Pangolier, Clockwork, Centaur, all will not be gracing our screen for game number 1. Thank the Lord of most of those heroes. 8-pick Muerta, 9-pick Sand King, 13 Lion, 14 Monkey King Wukong. Now we're just waiting on that 15-pick. For those who didn't follow last season, lads, of course, Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku were perhaps the best team in the league, and then they disbanded, which obviously is an entire conversation in itself. But they come back, they bring in star carry player off into the team. So of course they come with pretty high expectations. I had them, I believe, as the #1 team in their group. They ended up being number 5 out of the group stage in their group, which obviously is not what you expect from a team with these names on it. But you know, sometimes, some way, you gotta go. You gotta get your way into the playoffs. Obviously, teams have won, lads, from the losers bracket entirely. Mabush was entirely in losers. So there always is time to get into that playoff form, win your Dota game. Speaking of good heroes for now, we have the Earth Spirit selected, likely the Jinx hero anyways. Which should be very fun to see. In response to Dawnbreaker, so another game of Snow Dawnbreaker. Which should certainly, if nothing else, be an interesting situation. You've been seeing a little bit of an uptick in these Dawnbreaker picks and lads recently, where, you know, this hero just provides a lot. It has lockdown, it has global presence, it's pretty tanky. You can buy damage items, you can buy aura items, you can really do whatever you want to do in the hero. So in that regards, from the macro standpoint, it's very flexible. And I think this is part of the reason why the hero has been so favored as of recently in lads, where you just have this macro flexibility ready to go. Which does mean we'll likely be seeing a Sand King in middle lane from Camel Farmer. Which should be fine. Camel has played a number of Sand King mid games, I'm sure. I'm not looking that up. It just sounds correct. Wait a minute. Do we have a sub Dawnbreaker? Interesting. I think Knives does play the Dawnbreaker, but not quite what I expected. It simply is not.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
It is always fun looking at some of the banners. Dire's banner, of course, is I believe that is a depressed-looking Hatsune Miku with the "Life is tough, I just want banana bread." I believe that's a sweater with a leak on it, if my eyes are correct. Which I suppose that indeed is tough. I agree. Banana bread is good. More of a banana chocolate chip muffin sort of guy myself, but you know, obviously it's banana bread adjacent. Razor the pick at 18. I'm a little curious to see where they end up putting the Razor.
Radiant team ban.
Whether it's going to be in the carrier role or in one of the other core roles. There's still a lot of flexibility left on both drafts here. You know, Dire have... The funny part is Dire have 3 carry heroes, and yet they still might not have their carry yet. They have Muerta, who historically has seen a lot of play out of carry. Obviously, Monkey King has primarily played in the carry role, and as of recently, we've seen more Razor carry than any other role, I believe. I don't know the stats on the last of the 3 things I said, but hypothetically, none of these 3 heroes could be carry. It could be the 23 pick. I mean, I doubt it, but you never know. Seems like Logical is of the opinion that Dire need an offlaner. On the flip side, Dire are banning out carries, which is expected. We are expecting to see the 2 through 5 among these 4 selected Radiant heroes. It's certainly possible they go elsewhere. Logical has been known to grab a bit of these off-meta picks to play sometimes, but that is likely the case. Of course, they ban out the famed Logical Lina. I still say Logical carry Lina is probably one of the first, you know, really carry Lina players you saw in North America. Like, he was playing Lina carry way before it was cool to play Lina carry in the region. Which isn't all surprising if you ever talk to Logical deeply about Dota, as I have, but it is true nonetheless. If you're also keeping if you have like a little notepad, you're keeping a number of times that Badger has glazed Logical tonight, you can put a 1 tally in that one. I assure you the number will go up as the night goes on. The number will go up. I assure you. PA is banned, and the penultimate pick will end up being the Pit Lord, the Underlord. Which, I mean, some players have played it carry. I suspect it will be the offlane selection, but I mean, if they're really feeling ballsy, they could go carry. I know Logical's played it carry. I think Offs actually played it carry as well, so it wouldn't be unheard of, but there's a reasonable expectation that the offlane pick will be the Underlord for Crony, rather than a carry pick for off. Which means if you're Logical, you need a carry hero who can lane into the Underlord. Perhaps it's a high-range hero here, or who can largely stay away from the Underlord, not get hit by him constantly. Of course, though, if you do that, a lot of those ranged heroes that would outrange and stay away from the Underlord are often susceptible to Earth Spirit, so it's a very fine line to walk. On the flip side, the other option between having a long-range hero who stays away from the Pit Lord is to have a hero who will actually win the man fight. Historically, the number 1 hero for that option is often Monkey King, but of course that's already selected. Instead, the other hero comes to mind is Ursa. And Ursa has been selected for Logical, which I like it. I think this is a game where you certainly could struggle and fall off, but if you can hit your timings, this hero certainly will be powerful. So it'll end up being a, so it'll be on the Radiant side, as expected, Carry Ursa, mid Sand King, offlane Kunkka, 4 Dawnbreaker, 5 Lion. On the Dire, we've answered our equation with the Razor carry Earth Spirit mid. Thought it'd be a 4, ended up being a mid. 3 Underlord, 4 Monkey King for Jinx, and a 5 Muerta. It's quite the odd lineup. But that is Dota for you sometimes, the lineups. I will say, I think the Radiant lineup might be a little better, but I also think it's a lot harder to play. I think this Dire lineup kind of plays itself macro-wise, where I think if you just kind of farm your heroes and buy the correct items, you kind of just win the game like 7 times out of 10. So it's the odd situation where I think the Radiant lineup is better, but I think the Dire team is probably going to win anyways, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but that's what I'm trying to explain it right now. Where, you know, you look at these heroes, right? They're going to scale incredibly, incredibly well. your 4 and your 5 are literally carry heroes, so they're gonna scale very well. Your Underlord scales well. Your Spirit and the Razor aren't the greatest scaling heroes, but it shouldn't really matter when your 3 through 5 also scale very well. And on the flip side, I guess some of these Radiant heroes do scale decently, but I think there's going to be an issue with damage as the game goes on. And I would expect a lot of auras, a lot of BKBs in the dire side. So how this plays out, we'll have to see here. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku on the dire side versus I guess we do in Visage now on the Radiant side. My name's Badger. It's just Badger today. Sorry if the throat sounds wrong. I'm off. But it's okay. The smokes have broken. Logical. Gets gone on. Oh, 3-man Primal Spring from Jinx. What's a 3-man stun from 6Dog? Jinx is dropping. Knives is fighting. Snow's in the middle, and now down goes Jinx. First blood goes to 6Dog. Dire trying to bring down Snow. He's dropping. Blares it in. It's not quite there. There it is. Off. Rings him now. Now a 1-for-1 trade. There's 3-man stun from 6Dog. He stunned 6 heroes so far. It's not even minute 0 quite yet, and he's juking it in the trees. I love 6Dog. Now at that point, we'll see a bit of a D-ward from the dire side, D-warding that Radiant ward of place for the fights. Overall, it was a fun one, though. So, I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. If I was like sort of making a 5-man lineup of like my favorite players to cast all time in lads, 6Dog is just no doubt on that lineup. Where I think if I'm like making a lineup of like a 1 through 5 most interesting players to cast in last history, the mid's obvious. It's Breezy R. The off lane is my personal pick, the Beast of US East. But then one of my 2 subs is gonna be 6Dog, because 6Dog is just such an interesting player. You really don't know what you're gonna get from him. Generally speaking, it is high level play. You'll see good positioning, good spell usage. Sometimes he'll just kind of buy weird items. He'll just buy, There was a game once, he was playing Sub-Gyro. He had it was like Blink Atos Veil. I think maybe like a Dagon after or something crazy like that. I'm like, yeah, that's 6Dog for you. Where you just don't know what you're gonna get. I mean, there's a very good chance that you're gonna see unironically in a fight, like sort of like blink in, stun, and with a shard, just mana drain people. In the middle of the action. And I'd be like, yeah, that's 6Dog for you. I actually probably have to think, who am I carrying my other sub be in that lineup? If I had to make the all-time players that entertain me in Lad's lineup. Maybe Acid Rain's my other support, actually. Obviously, for those who only watch, deep Lads playoff contender teams, the name Acid Rain isn't quite as familiar to you nowadays, but for those who are around, from around seasons 5 to 11, the name Acid Rain very well. He's on the back-to-back championship lineups with Bulljax and Fume and Journey. One of those teams had Squid. The other one, of course, had Camel Farmer, who was in this lineup. Camel, of course, Lads champion middle laner. Looking to make it a second Lads title this season, but of course, easier said than done with this season, with this bracket, of course. Who might carry me for that lineup? I don't know. Both the 6th string is on the run. Stun comes in from 6Dog. In comes Knives. Hammer forward. It feared away the bear, but bear does not matter. It's still a kill going the way of the Dawn Breaker. That's 2 kills now for, I guess, we do in Visage now. Maybe my carry player is logical. That sounds a little bit like a cop-out answer. I think logical is too calculated to be my favorite character to cast. He's too methodical. He's too correct. I need like one of those high variance carry players. That's a hard question. It's a hard question. I have to think about it very hard. Sorry, I should not be deep in thought on this topic. Not important to the series, of course. We do have some lanes on our hands. We've got Ursa and Dawnbreaker. So they're going to put the Lion top lane with the Conco. We'll put Ursa, Dawnbreaker bottom lane versus Underlord and Muerta. On the flip side, it's Kunkka Lion versus Monkey King Razor. That's a fascinating lane right there. Should be great for the Razor. Six Dog, it's Primal Spring to Pawn. Primal Sprung? I don't know. Plasma Field hits, Six Dog certainly will go down. Off secures the kill. And then over in the mid lane, it's Sand King versus Air Spirit. Sounds like a very boring lane. Really, the one interesting thing is perhaps a roll-in, kick-back play, but then you just burrow, and he's fine. What a fast did he go for? So we went for the Dust Devil one that gives him the moving Sandstorm. We have seen recently a number of these Sand King players, particularly the offlane Sand King players, have gone for the Invis Sandstorm, but I'm guessing more in the mid lane that the moving one has a little more value than it would in the... I don't know. I'm not a Sand King player, so somebody might have to correct me on that one in the Twitch chat or something. I think the last time I played Sand King might have been before they made Epicenter a non-channel spell. I guess it's still a channel spell, actually, but for those who don't know, back in the day, when you casted Epi, it went on cooldown immediately. So if it got canceled mid-cast animation, like nowadays if you do that, it's just still available. You can cast it again. But back then, it'd be on cooldown for 2 minutes. You done goofed. No Epi for you. And that, of course, led to a much different style of Sand King, because there's more of an emphasis on, not being seen so you can get your spell off without being interrupted. You'd see a lot of, Blink Dagger, sit in the trees, you'd shift Q Blink to get your first pulse to Epicenter off. It was the style at the time for the Sand King players to do that. Nowadays, it's much more of a get in the front with the Bloodstone, with the auras. If you get, stunned, who cares? You can cast it again. It is true, by the way, there is packet loss on multiple players. I'm seeing on Festival, on Knives in My Coffee, and in Camel Farmer for those who care about that. I don't know if it's a regional thing or what. I don't really know what's going on over here, but I suppose it is what it is at a certain point. I guess I can now once again think about I can think about my carry player for that team again. Let's go up the lads rosters page on the like the all-time lads rosters page.
This was over before it started.
The funny part is a lot of the carry players I have casted prolifically are good carry players because they're kind of boring. Where you think about, Ultra Gunner, Logical, KU, these are guys that often just make the correct decisions. And because they make the correct decisions, they win the games. Versus a lot of the more interesting carry players, they lose. Because fundamentally, when you play carry, you really want to have a sort of like a low variance gameplay. Where you simply want to have a reliable impact and make it to the late game and trust your decision making and so on. Yeah. I'm going through the spreadsheet right now, looking around, seeing my carry players, seeing who's my choice. It's hard to choose. Hard to choose. Could be Andy Bendy, actually. I'm a big Andy Bendy guy, but Andy Bendy's not really like a prolific carry player in the sense that Andy's only played so many seasons of Lads. And of the seasons of Lads, he hasn't actually played carry in like half those seasons. So, can I really call him my favorite carry player? He's only played carry for like 3 seasons. If that. Maybe I could. It's my team. I can do whatever I want with it, really. I can be allowed in Lads, actually. We think of the MR. So Andy, Breezy, Beast, US East, Acid, Six Dog. That's like, what, like 70... That would not be allowed in. That'd be like 7,700 average. I would not be allowed in. I could try to home cook and get him in anyways, but that just wouldn't happen. It would get rejected. It would get very safely rejected. The other Lavins would say I'm on crack, and they would reject the team. I'm gonna say hi in Twitch chat because we're paused. This is our second pause of the evening, I believe. Again, the packet loss continues. Logical has asked a question in the all chat. The Dire have not responded to it. Yeah, we are paused. We are indeed paused. If you're a fan of pausing, you're in the right place. Unfortunately for me, it's a lot easier to be paused when you have a co-commentator, because then you can talk to them and be like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" I messaged. I was actually a little busy today, so I don't have too much time to message people. I messaged two people. They both turned me down. One of them said, and I quote, "too tired." The other one said, and I quote, "I have a series tonight, I think, for Lads Plus, I think." So that's probably one of those tiebreaker matchups, but you know, it is what it is at a certain point where sometimes you just be paused and you feel dead air, where fundamentally you just keep saying words. You have to trust yourself as a play-by-play commentator to just kind of say words and say them correctly. Hope the people are interested, because if they're not, then what can you do? Oh no, I don't want to deal with this issue. I don't want to deal with this issue. This is an issue. All right, this is a situation where we might be potentially forfeiting a game one. I don't really want to be the admin on duty right now. I just want to be a commentator. I just want to commentate. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is commentate tonight. So we're G. We're back. We're G. We're paused. We're paused. We're paused again. Unlucky. Oh man. Well, I agree. The third pause of the night. Funny part. So kind of somewhat rushed home to be here. I was out eating some sushi and drinking some alcohol, having a good old time. I was like, wait, I gotta cast my lads. I better get home to cast my lads. And then if they just like reschedule and then I'm not casting my lads, I'm gonna be sad. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my nights, because I have my yes. I have my I call it my serious casting monster. Where, you know, if I'm taking it real casually, I'm not trying too hard. I'll just drink some water, I'll drink some tea maybe. But when I'm really trying to get in the zone, I got a monster. It's not good for me, but sometimes you gotta get energized. And it's one of those things. If you ever been a see, I used to be an athlete back in the day when I was younger. And you would sort of like consume foods and you would drink beverages in a particular order to prepare for competition. Especially, I used to run cross country for a bit, and I would be very deliberate, like even like 24 hours beforehand. You know, what would I eat? What order would I eat it in? When would I eat it? What the hell is happening in Twitch chat? What's going on in Twitch chat, guys? What's going on here? What's going on with the? What can you do, guys? What can you doing? Can I do that on my own channel? Oh, how do I do that? I just do what can you? Oh, is it like this? I did it. What can you do? But you know, you'd be very deliberate. You would drink. Usually, you'd eat like if you're for cross country, you would eat like a high carb meal the night before, and then you would eat, you know, like lighter stuff the day of. Like, you know, usually about 3 hours to 4 hours before your race, you'd have, you know, like a lighter lunch with simple sugars rather than complex carbs, and so on. And I think it's the same approach to casting philosophically, where, you know, you hydrate in a certain way, and you do the monster at the exact right time. And now I'm in the zone. I have drank the monster. You know, I'm at a pause screen. I see I'm seeing in Twitch chat lots of what can you do is in Twitch chat, and you want to know what? What can you do? What can you do? See, sometimes in life stuff happens, and sometimes it doesn't. And it's one of those days where it simply isn't happening. And you know, I'm just gonna go. I agree with the Twitch chat. We're gonna redeem another. What can you do? We're just gonna redeem another. What can you do? That's yeah. It's like pages and wait a minute. So wait a minute. So I'm looking at my Twitch dashboard right now, right? And every time somebody puts "what can you do" in there, it appears on my activity feed. So I have like pages and pages of "what can you do." And mind you, it doesn't do anything, right? It just says "what can you do" in the Twitch chat. So we're spamming "what can you do." I'm getting some pop-up notifications of "what can you do this minute? What can you do this minute?" I'm losing it mentally. I'm losing it mentally. Apparently, I'm not alone in losing it mentally. We're all losing it mentally right now with the pause time. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where Camel is. I don't know where anybody is. I have not been I did not start a timer today. Perhaps I should have, though technically we can go and check the VOD and we can go and see how long we've been paused off of the VOD time. So hypothetically, we go backwards to past me, happier past me, to figure out when we began the pause. And we can then retroactively take that time off the timer. But it is what it is. At a certain point. Where sometimes you're just paused. And I'm starting to run out of things to say. Which is not good. So again, what can I talk about at this point? Again, there's the bracket. I can discuss the other stuff. Let's look at our bracket for fun. Let's open the bracket. So right now we're coming out into top 8 soon. Yeah, winner's bracket is Melifell's Royal Andy. I'll be casting that. And there's Bad Faith Boucher versus Good Twin Hunting. I'll probably cast that too. Losers, we have I don't care, Sign Me Up versus the Funny Zone. I'll be casting that. So that'll be a really great So I'll be casting that series. I don't care, Sign Me Up versus the Funny Zone. And then the winner of that will be playing Pizza Dog. The winner of this series will be playing the winner of Vote the Roses underdogs. So we have some really great stuff. Some really great stuff in the bracket to look forward to. In particular, I'm really rooting for Royal Andy. For those who don't know, I've been the Royal Andy commentator all season. Me and my buddy Jim, we've been doing it all season. But of course, we're gonna be there for the winners bracket semis, and actually playing. So of course, we're very close to Andy in particular. But they'll be playing Mellow Fellows who have Des on it, aka Fruit Punch, aka our former teammates. Me, Andy, Jim, Des, and PMA were all on a team together. Sounds like a good team, right? You're probably wondering, wow, that team's so good, Badger. How do you do in the bracket that season? We missed playoffs. We missed the playoffs, but that's a different issue. But me and Jim will be there. We'll be commentating that one. It'll be a great time. And then yeah. Hopefully on Monday we get to have some fun on Monday as well when that one happens. So yeah, we're still lucky you doing. How do you guys have so many points, anyways? How many points do you guys have? You're just spamming. What can you do? Which I suppose, what else do you do with the points? So you know, most actual like serious streamers, they'll do something with the points, and it'll be like an actual like redemption thing. And for me, people kept asking me, please put something, please put something to redeem the points with. And I said, you know what? You want to play a ball? I'll play a ball. I'll put 2 useless redemption things with a what can you do? Another what can you do? Okay, so there's some questions being asked in Twitch chat. If I could, I probably shouldn't answer that question, actually. I actually have to think about that one as well. That's a really good question. I don't really consume enough to know the names by heart. I probably have to look up some of the names are with some of these people. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you next time we do this. I'll have an answer for next time I cast, because right now I don't have an answer. And I'm afraid to open that on stream and look them up now, because obviously, you know, you never know what's going to accidentally be on screen, what kind of audio is going to accidentally play, so I don't want to risk that one for obvious reasons, by the way. Because, I mean, there have been incidents in Dota history where things have leaked on a broadcast that shouldn't have. And, you know, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm casually streaming and having a fun time. Next thing you know, there are adult website sounds playing through my OBS, so that'd be a bad idea. Wait, no!
Time to cut you off.
You don't have the size.
So, basically, I hate everything. Because, once again, paused. See, we resumed the game. And we resumed for... What do you mean? How much pause we have? But luckily... so basically... Logical's asking... It's just be boss left. I mean... Because right now... We're just paused. A player has paused the game. And you know, they're blaming the Badmans, they're blaming me, they're blaming Madior. We're next Friday. What do you mean next Friday? That's like, bro, dog, that's like a bracket. We're gonna win the bracket doing that. Can't go next Friday. Got a playoffs to play, bro. Can't go next Friday. Friday? What do you mean? Yeah, Tuesday. You can give you 2 extra days. Maybe if you're really lucky, we can give you Wednesday. I can give you Friday. I'm not getting no Friday. It's playoffs. It's a Friday. Today is Friday. We got a week to play the matchups. That's next week. I'm being asked by Twitch chat to open things on stream that I should not be opening on stream. So I'm just not going to. I'm just not going to do that. Not that I can't legally do that, or even for that matter, can't ethically do that, but I'm just not going to. You degenerates. Oh, we're G! Wait, we're G! We did it! We're G!
Oh,
We're how many minutes in? We're 34 minutes into the stream. We're at minute 3 of game 1. But we're doing it, guys. We're resumes. Yay! Dota! Thank you to everybody who has stuck around for this what, 20 minutes of pauses. I appreciate you all. What can you do, indeed? But we've made it through. And if you made it through this, it can really only go up from here, right? Because, think about it. You just sat through how much time of literally nothing happening. It can only get better than that. So top lane off, brings down 6 on. That's now 3 kills for the Razor carry. And as a result, we are 1 kill in the lead for Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. Certainly, it's been a rough start to the offlane for Snow and Six Dog. That's the good part. You know, it can only go up from what you've just seen. It can literally only get better. Because you just went through and witnessed not Dota. There's literally no Dota happening. So in that regard, top lane off, walks forward. He's got Link, and never mind, no mana for the Link, but and they tried to go on in for the for something. They tried to kill a Razor. They could not do so. There's still more what can you do's in chat. Eventually, you people are going to run out of Twitch points, by the way. There's only so many you can have. Then again, the number of people, there's actually a lot of people who have been watching my streams for multiple years. It's over multiple years. If you just watch my last broadcast, eventually it will add up, so. You do, right? Where were we? Minute 5. Net worth right now. Razor on top. Earth Spirit not far behind. Kunkka, of course, is the one carry who, or should say, one core that really is struggling so far in this game. He's not having fun. Razor gets his mana drained. In comes Jinx with a one-man boundless strike. Off, man's up. He'll link the Lion, but Kunkka's still manning on up. Razor falls. The trade is for Lion. Now Jinx will get X marked back by Snow, but look at the Snow. He's got no spells. He has Torrent in 4. He'll still attempt the kill. That will not happen. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we see Logi Dotes on the run. Hatsune Miku will stun to Logical once again, runs back into that pit of malice, then walks away. Once again, man's back up with the Earth Shock. He's feared away by both the 6-string. In comes 6 up with a one-man stun on Muerta. Will get easily right-click down. That's now one more kill for the bear. 1 kill, 2 assists, I should say. Meanwhile, Crony just walks on over slowly, grabs 2 bounty runes, and gets away. Meanwhile, top lane, knowing the Lion is not there, they ran towards the Kunkka and easily brought him down. Luckily for Snow, though, he does have a TP scroll ready to go on the respawn. Back to mid lane, both subs are here. The rune ended up going to the Sand King, so we'll dive with the haste of Sand King. Festival will attempt to roll away, I'm sure, if the time comes. Or perhaps not, they won't even dive. We see a long wraparound by Knives in my coffee. I don't know if it's going to work. Hammer forward. Muerta is here. Dawnbreaker is here. Fear Away has been used, but Rune still goes to Muerta. Now Knives in my coffee is here, but at this point, you're angry. You know you have lost. There is nothing you can do but die. Hammer forward once again has been used. Knives runs towards the tire base. Meanwhile, at the other Wisdom Room, we see Jinx also dying. So a similar tale. Both teams' subs tried to invade, tried to steal, neither succeeded, both died in the 2v1. 1v2, I probably should say, but that's the end of the tale there. R.I.P. Knives in my coffee. R.I.P. Jinx. I have a sub in my chat? Cool. Thank you, Sniper. Thank you for the sub. Good to see you back, buddy. Missed to kill top lane saying thanks in the chat, but you know what? That's worth it. That's worth it. That's a worthwhile trade. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Logical once again, man's on up, roll forward, by Festival, into Magnetize. Ursa will attempt to run with the phase boots in hand. Magnetize has been refreshed. Logical will get feared. Is there a refresh? Yes, there is. He's still dropping. He'll Lotus. He's got the wand. He's still running away. Now in comes Jinx. He'll miss the boundless strike, but it will still not matter. In the 4v1, they eventually killed the Ursa. But in comes Vengeance. Camel has arrived. He's feared away, but he'll still run forward. Roll has been used by the Earth Spirit, but it misses the Lion. Over to the Dawnbreaker, into the Sand King Burrow. Both the 6-ring will go down that 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, we're splitting the fight up. 6-Dog will mana Drain Festival. He drains all of his mana as he rolls once again away towards the northwest. Camel's still trying to do anything he can. There's the Burrow. There's the Epi. But it's canceled by Jinx. The kill still has been secured. However, now a 2-for-2 trade. Lion Ursa for Underlord Muerta. I believe Dire won that trade, but it's probably a wash. It's probably a wash. The fight was so long, the fight recap did not catch it all. It's simply one kill on there, but what the graph indicates, again, relatively a wash. Or maybe not, actually. Maybe not a wash. Over the top lane, Kunkka's in a lot of danger right now. He'll link, or X-Mark back the Razor, however, and as a result, he'll be A-okay. Struggling with the words right now for whatever reason, but hopefully by the end of the game I can say words correctly. That's kind of why I'm here. Lion walks up, stuns into the burrow, into the torrent, into the boat. That'll be a very dead Razor. A lot was committed, but the kill was secure. Nice my coffee. Secures the last hit on that one in the 4v1. Meanwhile, it is daytime. Dawnbreaker has infinite vision. Knows all of the positions on the dire-sided heroes. There's a straight 1v1 bottom lane. Bear against Pit Lord. Or I suppose I should say Underlord nowadays is the correct term, but some terms die hard. I still call it Doombringer. I still call it Windrunner. Then again, I also still call it Constantinople and Ceylon, so I guess I'm a little bit out of date on my terminologies. Surprise, surprise, Underlord is buying auras, which, again, you probably could have predicted going into the game. Pipe First will be the name of the game. Of course, fantastic in particular versus the Sand King, but good in general versus the majority of the Radiant side heroes. Meanwhile, again, we're looking at a Blink Dagger First on Sand King. We're looking at a Blade Mail on the Kunkka. A Bee Fury for the farming on the Ursa Bear on the Razor. We have a Falcon Blade into SNY into BKB, very stat-heavy build there, and over to the Earth Spirit. He has a Vessel on Courier right now, so Vessel is finished, ready to go. Bottom lane, they want to go for Logical Jinx. Scouts it up right now. He's leeching. Wait a minute, is that on purpose? Was that on purpose? Did Logical know? I don't know if he even knew on that one. And Jinx is dead. I think he may have inadvertently killed the tree on just to kill the tree there. And now it's next mark turret boat combo to bring down Muerta. Muerta easily will be dead. Double kill for Logical Dota 2. I'm honestly not entirely sure he knew the Monkey King was there, but you know, you have a Clawing Blade, you might as well use it, and surprise, surprise, a free kill has been secured. It seems like Jinx is surprised that the Ursa knew there, so... It's hypothetical. Hypothetically, Logical could have checked the XP he was gaining and said, wait a minute, guys, I got half the XP I should have. I'm being leeched by a Monkey King. I can just kill the tree, maybe he'll be in there. And Logical would do that. He's the sort of guy to check his XP from the neutral creeps, but... it's very, very fortunate for the Ursa, very unfortunate for the King of Monkeys. It's just so strange having Dota on my screen again, because, you know, if we're looking at a percentage of the stream time where stuff has happened, it's about 30%, if that. So it's definitely, you know, a little strange for me right now. Speaking of things happening, bottom lane, smoke up onto Sand King Lion. They'll rendezvous with the Ursa Bear. They'll run at Crony. Finger has been committed and the kill has been secured. Roll in is off the mark. But in comes that Earth Spirit ulti. Festival takes a bit of damage. Now Logical pops the ulti on Ursa. Two-man torrent has been used by Snow into an Epi Burrow combo from Camel Farmer. Jinx arrives. The Earth Spirit's already died. The trade will be for Camel Farmer and one more Plasma Field hit. Now 2-for-1 trade. Now in comes the Muerta. Muerta has everything ready to go, but the fear misses. Snow walks away from the Wukong's command. Lion Stun misses as well, so both teams miss some spells. Ultimately, it will be the Radiant side who win, though, trading 2-for-1. Bit of a 500 gold swing, so pretty insignificant, but every little swing counts. And now, triumphant, Snow will flood into the Dire side Tri-Camp. Solar Guardian is there. There's the kill. There's the tip. I don't know if there's some bad manners stuff going on there or what. Bottom lane, look for a counter kill on Logical Dota 2. Burrow is on the mark. Logical jukes it on out the south side. Camel's running forward. He's got Burrow in 4. Lion has everything but Finger ready to go. Lion stun hits Monkey King. Burrow hits the Muerta as Dawnbreaker stuns Coroni. It stuns on multiple targets. 1 down, 2 down, and Monkey will attempt to make it only 2 more deaths there. Jinx decided to tree dance into the trees away from the Radiant-sided heroes. But again, the fight's an absolute disaster. 3 more deaths. If you combine the two fights, even the 3 fights, one might say, that's a 5 for 1. So it's not ideal. Notably, it's really bad for the Underlord, because Underlord dies over here, respawns, and then just dies again. Comes back in, dies again. So it's certainly not ideal for Coney. Look at the net worth. He's pretty much neck and neck with the Dawnbreaker support net worth wise right now. So it's not looking pretty. Underlord, of course, is one of those heroes who likes to not be behind. Is a hero who playing on even net worth is far more powerful, and well, right now he is certainly not on even net worth. What can you do? That's our phrase for the night. What can you do? Of course, roll in, misses. 6 dogs still in a lot of danger. Bound the strike will hit into the Primal Spring. Slow, logical looks the man fight. A snow drops the arsenal. Torrent hits on 2 into the boat. Festival is now 2/3 HP. He'll look to roll perhaps to the west side. Is there a block though? We shall see. And there's the Burrow to finish the job. That's 2 more kills once again. Another favorable fight for, I guess, we doin Visage now. Is there packet loss for Sand King? Let's find out, shall we? There is not. There is packet loss for... Actually, there's packet loss everywhere right now. I guess I have packet loss too? Whatever. Everyone is packet... Wait, whoops. Wrong button. Everyone is packet loss. Nobody's having perfect internet tonight. That is how it goes sometimes in Dota. Mid lane we dive. Epi has been used into the Veil, into the Burrow perhaps. Question, there's no mana for Burrow. But the Lion stun will result in the Lion Finger. And now Nice My Coffee stuns Jinx. Roll. Hits Dawnbreaker as Razor links up the Sand King. Solar Guardian has been used to help heal up the Sand King. Burrow away has been used. Radiant juke it out. Jinx is dropping. Knives My Coffee is dropping. Perhaps both will die. Knives has juked it out. Meanwhile, Sand King has not off-ran him down. But is one important counter kill in exchange, but the overall trend of the game has been very positive for, I guess, we doin Visage now. The Underlord, again, he's still struggling, still cannot finish that Pipe of Insight. He cannot buy that Ring of Tarask. He lacks the currency, which... And if you're a Radiant team, is very exciting for you. But if you're a Dire team fan, this Hatsune Miku fan, you're not having fun with that news at all. No, you are not. So I'm looking around, looking to see what's coming out soon. There are some cool items. You can Holy Lock it on the Dawnbreaker is pretty cool. We have a Blink Lion as well, which is nice. We see a Blade Mail on the Air Spirits fairly soon. We'll see a Drum on the Muerta, and the Natos on the Monkey King eventually. Razor, though, is our #1 net worth hero in the game, off, of course, strong carry player. He has been farming. He's got the Falcon Blade. He's got the S and Y, and BKB will probably be that item where it's like, alright guys, I'm off. I'm strong. Play Dota 2. And when that time comes, what will Ursa have? It might still only be Blink B-Fury. Bot lane, Blink in by 6, log into a Blink in by the Ursa Bear, and that is the name of the game right now for the Radiant team. Not 1, not 2, but 3 Blink Daggers. So when you have 3 Blink Daggers and a Solar Guardian, it's very easy to sort of pick your engagements around the map, where you can have heroes join with the Kunkka, or heroes just blink on in, and you pop a Solar Guardian there. We've seen it a lot in LADs recently, where you see... Well, speaking of Solar Guardian, mid lane Solar Guardian has been used to go onto the Earth Spirit, and with the Blink Daggers forward by Sand King and your Lion, it's one more easy kill. We've seen this over and over again recently, where you grab this hero, it's got that global presence. There's a game, I believe it was like 4 or 5 nights ago, where it was Nyx Assassin and Dawnbreaker, and it went extremely well, and again, we're seeing the hero used to great effect again tonight. Top lane, tower goes down, off walks in, looking for Snow. Jinx will slow him on up, 6 logs, TP has been cancelled by the Monkey King, and now move to Snow again. Go X mark and boat towards the Razor. And in comes logical Dota 2. The boat will miss this time around. The Fiend's Gate makes Trony arrive to the team fight. Burrow hits only the Razor. Razor's still juking things around, breaking a little bit of ankles right now. The Starbreaker stuns Underlord. Underlord dies for Sand King and Kunkka. Now Monkey's dead as well. Logical finishes the kill off, and now Nice McCoffrey once again is the trade. Roll forward, hits Ursa. Ursa has got nothing to play with. That's a full 5-man wipe. And a 5-for-3 trade. And a very much needed team fight win. Happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. Look at that swing. Look at the swing. Look at the numbers. They're large. That's over a 3,000 net worth swing. Look at this graph. It hasn't updated yet, but it's going to update very soon. I'll open the graph again when that happens. But it seemed like, I guess we do in Visage now, we're going to run away with this game. They were going to easily, win the eco game, grab Roshan, grab key objectives, and walk away. But they're not going to walk away yet because, again, look at the graph now. Look at that precipitous fall from all the way up here to down here. That's nearly half the net worth lead in the dumpster, in the trash can. And that's a good sign of life for the dire side. Uh-oh. Not important. Sword Guardian has been used to join with the Lion and Ursa. Razor is already dead, and now it's time to run. It's the hammer forward by Knives McCoffrey to the Starbreaker stun. In comes Lion, in comes Ursa. Muerta will run to the west, but in comes Logical with a further blink forward. That's 2 more kills. And again, the momentum once again is positive. This is one of those things where I did not expect, I said in the draft that I thought the Radiant lineup was better, but that it was much harder to play. Well, they're playing it very well right now. They're simply connecting on every single gank. Perhaps their lineup was easier to play than I thought. Free Shard comes via the dire side Tormentor. It goes to Sand King. Wait a minute, it goes to Sand King? So Lion, wait. What? Okay, so Dawnbreaker purchased the shard. At the time, the 2 eligible heroes were the Lion and the Sand King. And because of that, because of getting the free shard, Sand King has been catapulted to 2nd in net worth, which is kind of hilarious, actually. But that is Dota 2 for you sometimes. I was like, huh, how was Sand King eligible to grab that shard? Because Kunk doesn't have a shard, Lion doesn't have a shard, but... huh, that is kind of funny. Roshan, understandably, will go down. Logical is playing the best Roshan taker in the game, and as a result, he takes Roshan. Has 2 lives for 5 minutes to play with. Perhaps we'll see a bit of action again towards that that top side of the map eventually, but for now, they'll run it down bottom lane. We're seeing Jinx. He's drawing things out right now. They're running towards the Kunkka. Kunkka will tank Aegis in a Spirit Vessel. Crony will join the fight as well. Snow gets the rum boat buff for himself as Air already brought down by the Ursa. And now it's an Epi-Vero combo looking for Jinx. Jinx is half HP, awful BKB. He's trying to maneuver in the fight, but it's an absolute disaster. That's already 2 deaths. Off will get away via the TP. Muerta will likely not be so lucky. The ulti has been popped, but the result has been secured. Ursa eventually will finish the job. Correction, Knives will get the kill. But again, it's 3 more kills, and... well, it's not going well for happy birthday Hatsune Miku. I don't quite know when her birthday is, but if it is her birthday, that is not a happy birthday present. So, apparently, Hatsune Miku's birthday is August 31st. It is not August 31st, so we are luckily not ruining her birthday with this absolute shellacking that is going on. What is our average now? I think we're up like 7k flat. I think we're 7k flat average. At the dire side, Tri-Camp Burrow hits Monkey King. Jinx is already dead. He's been absolutely annihilated. And, well, heroes just keep dying. Right now, the Radiant are running it around. They're running the train, and they're just killing heroes. I don't know. This game seems very hard for the Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku dire side to win. It's obviously not impossible, but it's going to be hard. They're getting out-farmed by a lot. They're getting out-farmed by a lot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We'll see one more smoke up as 3. It's Kunkka, Lion, and Sand King. They'll wrap around to the northwest towards that mid-tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, there are eyes on that Dawnbreaker top lane if they can jump her, but again, the timing is not right. The smoke has broken. They've already found the backline of Muerta, and that rearguard Muerta is very, very dead. Meanwhile, we see Dawnbreaker getting jumped on. Festival rolls on in. Wukong's command has been used. Perhaps Knives will die, but in comes Logical. It's vengeance and then some. And Dawnbreaker won't even die. Finally, she's dead, but it's still that 3-for-1 trade. Another absolute disaster for the side of the Dire, and I guess we do in Visage now. They just keep running it on up. Up to 33 kills. I'm being trolled in Twitch chat by Karan and Ja again, but that is life for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
3k average. For those who are wondering, League of Lads is a approximate 7k average league. Give or take a few MMR. It is not 3k, it is not 2k. The Muerta surely is at least 5.5k or so. Despite the state of the game, sometimes you simply get outplayed and you get beaten. And that has been the case so far. You know, there's trolling going on in the chat when the Rice Boy says you're trolling it up too hard. Like, that's how you know. What's going on top lane? Surely something is going on top lane. Six Dog is lurking in the trees. He's backed up by Snow, and it's a Blink Hex forward looking for off. Torrent will be well off the mark, but it seems not to matter. He'll BKB on off, but can he escape? The answer actually is yes. Crony has arrived, but well, he's actually barely fine. Went through the Fiend's Gate once again back towards that dire side Tri-Camp, but in comes Six Dog through the Fiend's Gate. They've gone through the enemy Fiend's Gate. His mana has been drained. In come the TPs, trying to save their Underlord. Atos is there to find the Lion. Solar Guardian will heal up Six Dog. It'll stun perhaps 2 or 3 heroes here. Only problem is the entire team is not grouped up. They've already lost the Lion. Dawnbreaker has been rooted off and brought down. Double kill, 4 off. The tidal wave will bring the Air Spirit away from the Kunkka, but the roll once again connects. X-Mark will be there on the Air Spirit. That's the Shiva's Epicenter Burrow combo. The Burrow's not there in time, but it seems not to matter. Logical finishes the kill. It's now a 2-for-1 trade. And we're now going to run away. Overall, though, good fight for Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. Look at that swing. About a 1,500 swing for just killing 2 subs in a 2-for-1. I think you're behind. When you trade 2 for 1, you lose a core for 2 subs and you gain 1 half-K gold. But you know what? Gold is gold. I'm not going to question how they get their gold. Getting gold is the way to get gold. Here's a graph. Surprisingly, Dota Plus is still somewhat bullish on the Dire chances to win. They're giving them an 18% chance to win, despite the seemingly even 81% for Radiant. So it seems like they still believe in the ability for Dire to win, even if I don't. Of course, you know, the longer you can track... Oh, no. Bottom lane. Jinx. One of Venezuela's finest players gets absolutely annihilated by his former teammate, Logical. And meanwhile, mid lane, Earth Spirit will go down to the finger combo as well. So that's 2 kills across the map. And, well, I guess that's just how you die sometimes. You just, you fight, and you die. What does Dire need to do for game 2? What's they need to adjust to win game 2? I don't know, let me think. Because the lanes didn't go that badly. It's more stuff that happened after the immediate laning phase, where it was a disaster, where, you know, they overloaded the Radiant Safety in the Dire off lane. This kept killing Underlord over and over and over again. So maybe Crony, whether it's either through his play or from his teammates' movements, they need to make sure he actually gets his items on time, because, you know, a poor Underlord is a low-impact Underlord. That's not what you want to see, and, well, maybe the lineup was a little bit too greedy. Again, you look at the Monkey Muerta support duo is a little bit on the greedy side. Maybe that was a bit of a problem there. We go on forward. Logical fights Jinx. Jinx is already half HP. Solar Guardian is absolutely fantastic. Oh no! Dire! They're crumbling! They'll kill the Lion! But this could be costly. Snow is on the run. He's trying to run away for the time being, but in comes Logical, bashing the Muerta. Double kill for Ursa. Burrow on 2. Logical focuses the Razor on down. He backs once again. Logical does not get a triple kill, but it's still a 3rd kill. Now a triple kill. It's only Festival on the run. He brings down Knives My Coffee, but that'll eventually be a full 5-man might barring a miracle. Knives is absolutely fantastic. He'll turn on a notch. He brings down the Ursa. It's a post-mortem ultra kill for the Ursa Bear. That's a 5-for-3 trade. A major win. Or I guess we do in Visage now. But somehow, someway, still a net worth lead gained from the Dire side. A 250 gold swing in their direction. So that's a bit of a shocker, but it has happened. Actually would have been the, had that kill on Razor not been taken, that would have been the extremely rare post-mortem rampage, which you don't see very often in Dota. What can you do? That remains, of course, the theme of the night, is saying, what can you do off cooldown? I'm going to have to clear out my my Twitch dashboard notifications later. There's about 250 what can you do messages in there, so I'll have to clean that up, but I suppose that's just how it goes sometimes, where can I filter this? Either way. Bottom lane, Link against Sand King. Sand King's once again running on away feared. Solar Guardian will have to heal up the SK. SK now BKB's Crony. And now begins to run away as well. Off runs back forward. Jinx will bound the strike one to a roll from Festival. Wukong Command is on the floor. They will kill the Dawnbreaker. A 6-lug has gone on by Jinx. Roll forward. Will get blocked by the Yules from 6-dog, but they'll still kill the Lion. Lion stuns 2 as he goes down. Torn hits 2. Boat hits 3. And Snow actually will bring down Jinx via the AoE damage. Festival now rolls to the northeast side, getting away. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far. Snow will miss the Torrent. Logical finally arrives to the team fight from his respawn, but too little, too late. The Dire have run away, and they've taken a 2,000 swing in their direction via that 2-for-1 win. Of course, the main thing we are going to look at is that second Roshan of the night. Roshan has respawned, of course, and eventually Ursa will just walk in there and take it. But for now, Dire are scanning it. They are cognizant of, hey guys, Roshan, good. Ensure Ursa does not get it. And potentially they might even try to go for it themselves. It is easier said than done, of course, but if they can somehow do it, it would be fantastic. Dire scan, they actually hit the Kunkka on the scan. Not that they know it is Kunkka necessarily. Well, camp the Twin Gate on the Radiant side, this Dire team. They'll actually overload the lane a little bit. They'll put the waves forward, but now in come the opposing, I guess we do in Visage now, heroes. Kunkka goes through the Twin Gate, roll hits. Kunkka's half HP, got a Bloodstone, healed on up there. Solar Guardian as well. There's the Epi. There's the Burrow. There's the damage. They've already killed 2. And they'll move to Off. Off has BKB ready to go. He'll use it. He'll try to link and run away from the Ursa. But will it work? He'll TP. Is there a bash? Yes, there is! Oh, what a huge bash from Logical. Dota 2. Festival goes down. One more triple kill for Logical. Give another ultra kill. Another ultra kill for Logical. Dota 2. He's out of control. 21 kills, 3 deaths on Ursa. That'll be a second Roshan, and, well, I guess we're doing game 2 now. Oh, yeah. Going back to my, how do I change my feed alerts? I need to get rid of that. Oh, there it is. We're good. I got rid of it. I cleared out my 250 what can you do notifications on my Twitch dashboard. Okay, how can Dire still win? We need more items, clearly. I don't know what amount of items they need, but they need more of them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Somehow the heroes that are being gone on, like the MK and the Muerta and the Underlord, does not die somehow. And I'm not quite sure what they need to not die. Hypothetically, Radiant overextends high grounds. Maybe they go high ground right now and they just overdive to the tier 4 into the fountain. Maybe they dive over here, but it is easier said than done. It would require mistakes on the Radiant part more than anything else. Which again, it is Dota 2. The best teams in the world have made back-breaking, series-throwing blunders before, and if those players, of course, can do so, then so can Lads players. Of course, you know, we've seen many a historic throw in Lads. Of course, I've been in a couple of them on both sides of it, so... Top lane, Earth Spirit gets gone upon, hex-fingered, and brought down easily. That's one more kill. Epi was committed. Probably wasn't needed, but the kill comes nonetheless. But, you know, obviously, when you're on the right side of a comeback, it feels good. We had a comeback against Nexty that literally broke Nexty. Jinx gets torrented and boated. And boated again. And boated one more time, perhaps. And never mind, it's a burrow. And that'll be a dead Monkey King. On the flip side, though, you know, I've been on the right side of some comebacks, but Game 5 of the Grand Finals still lives with me to this day. Where... might be. I kind of threw that game for my team a little bit, so... here's how it goes sometimes. Logical jumps forward. Muerta pops the ulti in time. Tidal Wave misses. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Six Dog is running for Razor. Alliance on the Razor. Well, Yule's the Razor. He's buying time for the team right now. I'm not quite... it's Six Dog Dota. You never know sometimes. Back to Logical. He's still got 2 lines ready to go. Kunkka tanks some damage. In comes Razor. He'll link the Kunkka. Tidal Wave is there, and nobody is dead. Well, at this part of the fight for now. Logical jumps in, looking for off does not get bashed this time around. Solar Guardian will stun. However, we now see the respawns. Monkey and Earth Spirit both respawn. Earth Spirit BKB, so pop the ulti. Ursa is half HP. Kunkka's 1/3 HP. And they'll wait out the Magnetize, perhaps to look to heal on up before they reinitiate into the fight once again. We're running back in on low HP. Of course, Ursa still has 2 lives. He's looking for the angle. Lion Stun will miss for the time being. It'll be on cooldown for a very short time, however. Torrent flies, misses. Dire, as 4, still wait off. We'll actually leave this. Look at Radiant Vision. Radiant will see him here. They'll know he's here. So perhaps they'll jump in knowing there is no off. Look at the pings. They know he's there. And they're actually running west-east to get off. Looking at Dire Vision, they don't know right now. They have no idea. His BKB's on cooldown. It's going to be an absolute disaster. And here we go. Jump in by Six Dog. He'll pop the Lincolns, the Hex, the Finger, the Bashes, and off. You are very, very dead. The Tormentor will die as well. Who gets a free shard? Let's find out. It'll be Six Dog on the Lion. And now with no Razor, this could be an absolute disaster. Six Dog will heal from the fountain. Logical, of course, still has 2 lives to play with for a little under a minute. But I'm not quite sure there will be enough time to capitalize to go for like a full set of barracks. Notice the base here, it's still somewhat healthy. The tower's a 3rd HP top lane, it's healthy mid lane, it's full HP bottom lane, so hypothetically things are fine. But probably not. Logical walks forward. We have 4 staffed further forward, and he's going to end up losing 1 life. And he'll now respawn. Aghanim Scepter, BKB are both here for the Ursa. He'll disperse her himself as he walks away. Burrow misses from Sand King. He'll use the Shiva's Guard and now walk away as well. The Radiant have used some spells, they've done nothing, and now 2 of their cores are low. Perhaps now's the time to once again X-mark your teammates back to Fountain. They'll heal. They'll return. Look at this war from the Radiant side. They're currently aware that the Dire know the Radiant have vision, but it's still good vision nonetheless. They could perhaps use this zone away. They'll even T-ward their own reward, because why not? They will not succeed at doing that, but they tried it nonetheless. And we now leave the base. So 2 Roshans down, and the high ground remains intact. We'll have to wait for perhaps our 3rd Roshan of the night, whenever that comes. I'm actually hoping we don't have to wait all the way for that 3rd Roshan, but again, knowing logical teams, they're very methodical, they're very patient, they probably will just wait for that 3rd Roshan, and then they'll go. Nice My Coffee has been A-toast. BKB Solar Guardian have been used to escape. And now Dawnbreaker's all the way at the Dire side Tri-Camp, which is firmly in the Radiant's control. There's 1 ward directly there, and there's 1 more ward in the vicinity. The outpost has been taken as well, so it's not a safe zone for the Dire any longer. Speaking of Dire, they're smoked up as 4. They'll run into Kunkka, who actually has no BKB. He's been silenced. He'll try to Bloodstone and heal. But there is no escaping for Snow. He'll feed back nearly 2,000 gold in return. Bit of a rough death there for Kunkka. But that is Dota 2 for you sometimes. And we are getting some big items. We have the refresher on the Razor. We're also the Shivas on the Earth Spirit. We're getting there finally at these key, Dire side items that might allow them to fight a little more easily, but again, will there be enough time to quite finish these items? And again, 3rd Roshan will be the main thing once that's grabbed, which will be anywhere in the next 3 minutes. Then we go HG. And then we kind of test the base defense abilities for this Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku side. Logical and 6 once again are hunting. They'll go in for Crony, who has no BKB, and now he's got no HP. 51 kills now for the Radiant side. It seems like, they want to get some vengeance for their Underlord, but that's a lot easier said than done. And nobody dies. So mercifully, we get a relatively short Roshan respawn time, about 1 minute into that 3-minute window, so hypothetically, Radiant tickets quickly, and they win. But again, we shall see.
Radiant are scanning.
If this game keeps on extending, though, again, look at these we're going to see a Hexon Jinx That might be the item Dire need. Oh no, Shiva spots him on out. He'll try to okay, he'll get away. He'll Primal Spring all the way to the west. No, Atos to Sand King. Sand King BKBs. Jinx once again will spring forward. Meanwhile, top lane, a much easier target is that Earth Spirit who ends up going down. I thought the kill would be bottom lane, ended up being top lane instead. I chose poorly. In the 3v1, the Earth Spirit perished. Speaking of perish, Ursa and Lion again combine to bring down the Muerta. Now 2 kills that I've missed in the last half minute. Looking at buyback status, Dire are missing some key buybacks. There's none on Underlord, there's none on the Muerta, there's none on the Razor. It's definitely not what you want to see in this late game scenario. You want these heroes to be ready to respawn into the fight, and right now they well, yeah, I think if I guess we do a message now, if they knew what we knew, then they would have absolutely ran it on down, knowing it'll be a 5v4, but not the case. They could not have known. Into the Roshan pit we go. Ursa, the 3rd date with Roshan, and much like the previous 2, Roshan will die. And all the goodies will go the way of, I guess, we do in Visage now. Aegis goes to Logical. We see a cheese. Where is it? Where's the cheese? Roshan, does Roshan still have cheese in the 3rd Roshan? I did not... Is there just no cheese now? I swear there was cheese last time I casted Dota 2. But I guess not. I don't see cheese anywhere, so I'm not quite sure where it went, but it's in nobody's inventory or backpack, so I guess there's no cheese. We see an Aghanim Scepter Blessing going the way of 6dog. The banner will be in the hands of Lion. Lion will now use the banner. Logical has got 2 lives, one's forward, to get linked by off. Though not that much damage is taken. T3 falls, and now high ground might finally happen. Hitmouse hits 3. Snow gets stunned by the Wukong's Boundless Strike. Atos is there as well, but again, with the Solar Guardian, the heals are there. Kunkka is just being kept alive infinitely. We get Yule's up in the air, but again, he's just absolutely fine. They've thrown everything and the kitchen sink at Kunkka. He remains half HP. Logical will kill the range racks. He'll get linked by off and now begins to run away. Tidal wave hits Razor. Razor still linking Logical. Logical gets stunned by Jinx. Now the link's still going on. He'll bring down one of Logical. Epicenter comes in from Sand King's backline. Backlines are taking a lot of damage. Festival BKBs. He's rolling around. Muerta is dead. Underlord is dead. Double kill for Sand King. Dire are collapsing. Triple kill for Sand King. They move to Razor. Razor's dropping. He's trying to fight, but he's dead to 6dog. Buyback from Monkey King, but where are your base defenders? They're dead. They're now beginning to buy back. Razor and Monkey King have both used their buybacks, and I guess under those circumstances, the Radiant will reconvene, they'll heal up and return. Again, the barracks are mostly fine right now. It's only a range rack's dead top lane. Melees are absolutely fine, so again, it's a pretty successful high ground defense structurally, but the problem is, look at the net worth. It's a 57,000 net worth lead. I can't even say the number. You're not used to saying it. 57k leads don't happen in Dota. They just don't. Logical gets kicked. His BKB is on cooldown. He's stunned once again, but with that status distance, he's still on the run. Snow backs him on up. He'll drop the Arsenal on Kunkka. And Dire once again will retreat back into their base. Muerta respawns, run a straight 5v5. Festival tanks the X mark. His BKB is on cooldown for 5 whole seconds. Burrow comes Lion. Has a follow-up stun. They're locking down Festival. They can't kill the man. He's a little bit too tanky. Look at that buff bar. He had 13 billion things on it. Torrent hits 2. Hammer forward will mostly miss. Epicenter is getting pump faked right now. Camel and Six Dog, they're looking for the angle. But Dire will not dangle a free kill. They're not making it easy. Tidal Wave hits Jinx. They found the target. This is what they wanted the entire time. That's 100-0. Logical gets the kill. They'll move to their spiritual BKB in time, but he's bashed once again. Is there another bash? Yes, there is. Goodbye, Earth Spirit. He does have a buyback, but they know Jinx does not. It's on cooldown for 6 whole minutes. That could be the dagger. They can go 5v4 into the base, and there are a hell of a lot of structures to take. The tower mid is low. The racks top are exposed and low. And here we go. Ursa runs forward. Lion stuns 2. Camel stuns Muerta. Hex is there as well. Logical focuses buildings. Runs forward. Runs back. Dire -3. Earth Spirit still holds his buyback. Lion misses a stun. Ursa hits the range racks. They will understandably die very quickly. But all the melees remain alive. Sand King runs in. He's staying at the high ground. Radiant focus the mid melee. Six Dog stuns 2. It's fantastic. Is there follow-up? No, there is not. Another racks have died. Now 7.5 up for the Radiant side. Razor runs in. The pit has been dropped. Epi has been canceled by the Muerta Fear. Logical still waits to run on forward. He watched the tower. The T3 is half HP and dropping. He'll blink it for Muerta. The Muerta has been chain stunned. That is a dieback for Cabal the 6 string. A disastrous death. And again, they're staggering their deaths on the Dire side disastrously. Earth Spirit will respawn naturally, but again, no Monkey for 20, no Muerta for a whole minute. Logical once again goes for buildings. Blink in by Knives to some Pit Lord. Roll in by Festival. Logical has BKB ready to go. He'll pop it. Torrent hits 2 into the Solar Guardian. It's fantastic chain stuns. In comes the Epi. The Dire are trying to fight. Off BKBs. Camel BKBs. Finger brings down Festival. It's one more Lion stun on 2. Festival buys back. Six Dog is dropping. He'll Windmaker himself. The Dire running forward. Atos hits Kunkka. Tidal Wave on 3. Fantastic from Snow. Into the Burrow. Into the chain stuns. Jinx tries to save things, but Crony is dead. Crony buys back. Dire, they're all stunned. Camel Farmer goes down. Snow's barely alive. Knives is fighting. There's a stun on 3, but down goes Kunkka. Down goes Dawnbreaker. Logical's running. He's trying to fight. Stun on 3 from Lion. Back from Sand King. The Burrow on 3. It's fantastic. There's the Shivas. Kunkka buys back. Dawnbreaker buys back. We're still fighting 5v3. Dire, somehow, someway, have not lost the game. But their base. They're running out of base. The creeps killed the middle racks top lane, and the bottom racks are extremely exposed. And we know what time it is. You run it back in, you take the buildings. And here we go again. Six Dog stuns 2. Snow looks for the angle. Logical hits the buildings. Range racks die. This will be the Megas. Melees are half HP. Monkey is still dead for 55 seconds, and that will be Megas. Snow will X mark the Underlord. He'll Yules himself to save himself for the time being. And there we go. We have left. Never mind, we're staying in the base. Logical wants to win now. Dire, smoke as 3. Logical hits the tier 4s. Stun on 2 from Six Dog. Into the Burrow, Underlord the targets. Hex as well. The finger has been committed. Ursa goes forward. The Crony remains alive. Good kiting from Dire. Rolling by Burrow split the wickets. Now he BKBs on everybody. Solar Guardian has been used. Logical BKBs, Sagging BKBs, Epi, Burrow on 2. Crony is dropping. Hex against off. They're kiting it around. The fight is chaotic once again, but who dies? Razor goes down first. Muerta is low. Festival is dead. Muerta goes down. Logical will live on 10 HP! He's just so low, but he's still alive! And happy birthday, Hatsune Miku! They see the writing on the wall! They call GG! And in 53 minutes, I guess we do Visage now. We'll head into game 2, up 1-0. Yeah. That took a while. It took a while to happen, but it finally happened. Game 1 goes to the Radiant side. In real time, it took an hour and a half. In game time, it took 53 minutes. But the result is the same. It's a game 1 win for Logical and Company, and they're one game away from returning to the top 8 of lads. Of course, happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. They had a very valiant attempt for what was a very, very hard game. They were in the losing position for a hell of a long time. I was saying the game was over around minute 23, and they dragged it to minute 53. A valiant attempt. It shows good character and good will to win. But the problem is the will to win and the win are two different things. In that regard, we'll go into game 2. It's a must-win for happy birthday Hatsune Miku. There is no alternative. If you lose this game, your season is over. You go home, you get nothing, you don't even make the top 8s. But there is always a chance to win game 2 and bring it to a winner-take-all game number 3. I, for one, desperately need a break. I'm going to cut us to a break, and when we're back, we'll see you for game 2 of I Guess We Do Visage Now versus Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku.
team ban. Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. Radiant team.
Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for Game 2 of League of Lads Season number 16 Playoff Series between Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku on the Radiant side, and I guess we doing visage now on the Dire side.
10 seconds remaining.
My name's Badger. I think I already said that, but I'll say it again. And we are right now at the precipice of Logical making another top 8 in Lads. His team, I guess we doing Visage now, are one game away. They won game 1 in 53 minutes of game time. Real time, well over an hour, thanks to some very extended pausing in the series, but that is Dota 2 for you sometimes. Regardless, for Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku, they have their tournament lives on the line. Nothing easy for them. They are going to have to win both of the next 2 games to go on to the next round. You know, life is tough. Banana bread is good. But so is advancing in the bracket. The bracket is very tough too. It's a very tough bracket this time in the playoffs. You look at the road here,
5 seconds remaining.
and there's just nothing. I mean, look at a team like, say, KU's team, right? They have a one killer bracket where, hypothetically, say KU's team makes the finals and wins it. Well, they have to beat Bulljack. They already beat Bulljack's team, the 2-time champions. Then they gotta beat Funny Zone, which basically the best team in the tournaments. Then I gotta go beat the loser of Blucher and Good Twink Hunting, which, my god, or correction, they have to beat Pizza Dog. And then I gotta beat the loser of Blucher versus Good Twink Hunting. And then I gotta win whoever wins this part of the bracket. Probably Logical's team from the way it's looking right now, but you never know there. And they gotta win losers finals and grand finals. And again, it's nothing easy this season. It's a very, very hard, hard brackets. That's just how Dota goes in Lads sometimes. The league always gets better. Things always get harder.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
We've got bans. We've got picks. Shadow Demon, Bristleback, Sand King, Pangolier, Dawnbreaker, Marcy, Shadow Fiend, Morphling, Dragon Knight, Luna, all banned. Muerta once again gets first pick, this time Tusk the response. We see a Clockwork 13 as well. I honestly was not a huge fan of the Muerta sup. I wasn't really into it. Maybe it had more impact than I perceived it as. And I was not the one playing on the Radiant team, the Dire team. I was simply some guy commentating. However, from my perspective, I wasn't a huge fan. It seems like, though, we're going to have all 4 of our supports grabbed right away, assuming the Muerta's up again. Maybe it will go core. It is a flexible pick in nature.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
For now, though, it is... yeah, there's a Kunkka as well. So Lion, Kunkka, once again picked, this time joining a Tusk rather than a Dawnbreaker. The Dawnbreaker was banned out, by the way, which, good ban. Good ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
It's one of those things where if you let Dawnbreaker through and you lose to Dawnbreaker again, I mean, I guess your season's done anyways, but that's not the way you want to go out. Honestly, only one team can win every season, and you'd rather go out on like positive terms, your terms, than on the wrong terms. Because if you go out on the wrong terms on your season, it leaves a very bitter taste in your mouth. And there's, over a month to the next season, and that's a long time to sit on. A long time to sit on those bitter feelings. Trust me,
Radiant team pick.
I've been there. I know all the players in the lobby have been there at some point in their careers as well, so. It's very windy outside, hoping the wind doesn't cause any issues, but
10 seconds remaining.
well, if it does, it does. Alchemist gets selected, which means Muerta is more likely a support than not. If I had to guess, we'll probably grab an offlaner here, but it could always be a middle laner. Yeah, whatever core you grab at 17, of course, naturally will get counterpicked. Twice.
Team pick.
Earth Spirit.
And the answer is once again Earth Spirit. Likely mid.
Dire team ban.
And the response will end up being Timber Saw.
10 seconds remaining.
Is it absolutely, again, I cannot say it in strong enough terms how good this Timbersaw pick can be this game. The offensive potential is off the charts.
Team ban.
This is one of those games where when you play the Timbersaw, you can utterly and completely take over the game.
Radiant team ban.
Your hero is notoriously good against Alchemist, can do very good things against Earthspear, can do very good things against Clockwork. And again, the ethereal form on Muerta does not save you from Timbersaw's damage. The offensive potential is immense.
5 seconds remaining.
Obviously, it's not a perfect Timbersaw game because defensively you may struggle. There are some AoE ground silences. There is the Muerta calling. Of course, there's your spirit pull as well. Hypothetically, Alchemist can deal with your armor a good bit. But generally speaking, I would say it is a favorable Timbersaw game. Probably like an 8 out of 10 Timbersaw game. Maybe 8.5 out of 10.
Team ban.
Got some very tanky brawlers, or some might say brawlers in this game.
Dire team. Radiant.
If you know, you know. Lena, Ursa, Venge, Axe all get banned. Weaver is your penultimate pick, the final pick for the Dire side. That'll be the logical carry hero. And we need an offlaner. Ideally one who can cause some problems for the Weaver. The ideal pick probably would have been the Axe, but logical, of course, bans the Axe, because, he's logical Dota 2. He's like 9k MMR. He has like Empyrean and AB1 and Giant in his corner talking, and Yamsun talking to him all the time. So he's got some strong thoughts on Dota. If you're thinking about the, by the way, glazing logical counter, add one more to your tally. But Radiant are out of reserve time. Ooh. So season on the line. You have one pick to save your season. They grab Viper. Not the best hero against Weaver in particular, but it can, of course, break the Timbersaw. You've got some nice magical damage to cut around a hero like a Kunkka, but it's not what I personally would have selected. I think this hero tends to struggle to have game impact. Perhaps Crony and team, the Radiant team, are aware of the power of the hero. They say, you know what, guys?
Remaining.
We trust the Viper. We think he can tank enough damage, and oh man, I think Dallas can win this game. I think the draft's better. I think the heroes are easier to play this time, even easier than last game. I think they're going to be very powerful, and as long as they can address the Alchemist, it should be a pretty safe win. Of course, though, addressing Alchemist is very, very hard. Is a hero that can really, and I do mean really, cause some issues for you economically. It's one of those games where, you know, he's got the bull mask on. Unfortunately, Dire do not have a bear mask, and then I can talk about the bear and the bull, but only bull. But when you get the bull, you do get the horns, so. We have seen Off make some legendary losers runs in playoffs. I believe it was season 14, perhaps 13, where he was the main engine on a team that was still perceived as a lesser team. Brought them all the way, I believe, top 4, maybe even top 3, so, you know, you never know. Here we go. If you are just joining us, take a seat. Get your popcorn ready. Drink your water. Because we have on our hands is Game 2 of a League of Lads Playoffs Best of 3 between Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku, who are fighting for their tournament lives, up against I Guess We Doin' Visage now, who are one game away from making the top 8. My name is Badger. I will be your commentator, your analyst, your observer, and your prognosticator for the evening. Hopefully, Game 2 proves to be an epic one. If you missed Game 1, I actually would kind of... even though... Okay, I wouldn't recommend the entire game, because there was a long pause, but, you know, open up the VOD for Game 1. Open up, like, minute 45. Watch that in-game team fight sequence. It was legendary. I really had to work for it. My lungs were running out of oxygen. But I made it through.
The battle
2 bounty runes will go to both teams. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Snow will actually he'll block the wave a little bit on the Radiant side to get better equilibrium. He wants to be further in this direction, perhaps even under that tower if he can. Whether or not that'll work, we'll have to see. But now we see Off. He's blocking as well. He's counter blocking. So it should be around here instead. Yeah, there it is. Which is exactly what Off wants, by the way. So this is perfect for Alchemist. Meanwhile, we're going to see a first spot attempts top lane. There's a lion waiting in the trees, waiting to wrap around gank and play Dota 2. But for now, again, they're just waiting. They're waiting for Crony to go too far in. But right now, look at it's a disconnection between the Tusk and the Lion. The angle to fight is simply not there right now. Six Dogs, honestly, I mean, they know he's here. They're picking out the Lion. It worked out pretty well game 1, I believe, but this time it has not worked out in favor of the I Guess We Doin' Visage now side. Only problem is, again, they're not really able to punish the Klunka too heavily. Muerta's trying her hardest, but there's only so much you can do. Oh, Logic lost his courier! So Jinx cuts the wave, kills the courier, ensures the small camp is blocked. That string of stuff that Jinx just did. That's just fantastic. Crony is getting forced to TP back to his own tower. He'll regen up with the salve. Meanwhile, over to Jinx, he's still grabbing the wave. Cogs have been used. Crony will do a little bit of fighting. It is again former teammate versus former teammate violence. Logical, the Weaver gets first blood by bringing down Jinx, the Clockwork. And again, look how tanky Kunkka is. Muerta just keeps running around trying to deal with Kunkka, saying, you know what, I'm sick of you leeching experience in this lane. I want you to go away and die. But Kunkka, 5 armor, 1k HP, he simply does not go down easy. It's a straight tri-lane right now. It is a straight tri-lane. The Lion has been here for 3 minutes. He refuses to leave the lane and help his Kunkka. Says, you know what, Kunkka? Your hero will mash your face across the keyboard and have impact no matter where I am. I want to secure the lane of my Weaver. And that's the thing with Viper. Viper is one of those heroes where if you let him get ahead, he can be completely overbearing. And Dire have identified that, and they're really looking to ruin the Viper's game. They do not want him to get XP. They want to, because again, if Viper has a rough 5 minutes, he simply does not have a game, no matter what happens. And they're committing to making sure this hero does not have a game right now. He's not level 3 yet. He has 5 last hits, which is, by the way, less than Kunkka. So this is a very deliberate attempt by the Dire team to shut this hero down. Jinx will use the cogs. Knives will use the ice shards. Swarm is perfect from Logical. They're splitting their attention. Muerta TP's in. Jinx falls. Six Dog is the trade. Crony will stand his ground. Logical's half HP. Crony is low on HP. Logical's forced Shikuchi away. Actually, he'll go back in. A ball play from Logical. It will not pay off. Knives my compliments, but goes into Crony. And just like that, Viper has been let back into the game. 2 assists and 1 kill have been secured for the Viper. The network situation is actually still quite bad, but it could be worse. Muerta support is 5th in net worth, ahead of Kunkka, ahead of Viper. Knives in my coffee will cancel the salve of Viper. What happened bottom lane? Why is Alchemist dead? Well, I guess Lion rotated and secured the kill. I just did not see that coming. Perhaps I should have, but I didn't.
Radiant are scanning.
Mid lane. I have not looked at mid a single time because this lane is pretty boring. It's Alchemist. Not Alchemist. It's Earthspirit versus Timbersaw. So far, it has gone the way of Timbersaw, though barely. I suppose that is as expected as far as I can tell. I'm sure things will get a little more interesting mid once the runes, the actual runes, mind you, start spawning. That beta 6. But until then, not much. Ice shards are off the mark. Cogs have been used. Knives my coffee will now be very low on mana. Logical Shikuchi's in, though to little effect. Bottom lane off. Wound up self-stunning! Oh no! Alchemist is so low right now. 2 bites will do the job. There's 1. Torrent will miss, though. Somehow, someway, off escapes certain death. Six Dog in snow will now turn to Muerta. Muerta is very low. There's your X mark. Into the Tidebringer, but again, there's no kill. From long range, the Lion's Son will land. That will be the kill. That'll be the end of that string of engagements. Very odd fight bottom. I'm sure Dire won it, but it's very odd nonetheless. And off needs to be a little bit careful. They're angry and they want to kill him. Mid lane, Jinx rotates in. He wants to bring down Timbersaw, and with the kick of a rock, Festival will end the life of Camel Farmer, the Season 9 Lads champion himself.
Middle tower is under attack.
And now over to the bottom lane. Off has Concoction. Six Dog this time will not juke it out. There's one hit from the Alchemist and the Muerta combined to bring down the Lion. Over to Knives in My Coffee. Tusk actually steals the Radiant side Wisdom Rune. That'll cost Tusk his life. But again, it's a very good play there from Knives in My Coffee to secure that one. Meanwhile, bottom lane missing the fight there because Kimbersaw is rotated over to bring down Muerta. Earth Spirit rolls away back over to Tusk. Tusk is actually somehow fine. Back to bot lane. Festival will kick away Camel Farmer, but this should be a kill with a long range. Timber chain, a double kill for Camel Farmer's Timbersaw. And as a result, now both Wisdom Runes go the way of the Dire side. Lion secures it, so even though it's a very small net worth lead, the XP lead should be much more significant. You can see it there. It's a pretty significant XP lead right now, thanks to the double Wisdom Rune. And we see Lion level 4, Tusk level 4. I guess it's not that bad, though, because again, Muerta's 4, Jinx is level 3, though. Jinx is the one who is not happy with that one, of course. It's going to be one hot minute until Jinx has his hook shot. But it'll happen eventually. Keyword eventually, though. That's the variable word in question. Hopefully, for his sake, they can get him some XP somewhere. Viper gets gone on top lane. Jinx has the cogs, but, well, inside the cogs is where Crony will die. In comes Muerta, but the dead shot misses. Forgot the name of the Muerta Q there for a second, and again, Viper dies. That's been the tail of the tape, is very deliberate effort to bring down Viper. Speaking of bringing down a hero, bot lane, Boat comes in from Snow. Off's ulti is on cooldown. We'll need 2 more hits, correction, 1 more Tide Bringer. Now Viper is here, but Viper, well, cannot bring down Six Dog. So, we're at the point now where this game is already one of those games where it's all eyes on Off. But the problem is Off, I mean, he's #1 net worth, but the thing is, he's playing Alchemist. For those who don't necessarily follow Dota super heavily, Alchemist is one of a handful of heroes that I'm going to dub a fake gold hero, where, to an extent, your gold is fake. Mid lane, Camel Farmer's being gone on. He's inside the cogs, half HP. He's man fighting. So is Earth Spirit. Roll, of course, hits Camel. Has a shield rune. He baited him out. And perfect threading of the needle on his HP pool there. Roll forward, misses. Camel is barely alive. Magnetize gets refreshed. Muerta dies. Festival is low. Festival will kill Camel Farmer, but it will die for it. So across the map is a 3-for-1. Meanwhile, top lane, Viper is still in a very, very rough spot. He'll Viper strike the Tusk. But Weaver is hitting. Snowball is stunned. In TP's Jinx. Knives in My Coffee will die, but it will be a trade. Shikuchi forward, but no! But yes! Over cog wall, Logical brings down Crony. Now Jinx is fighting. Finger comes forward. Lion stun lands. A double kill for Logical's Weaver. That's a 4-for-2, I believe, across the map. Correction, a 5-for-2, because Jinx died twice. And naturally, that is a big win for, I guess, we doin' Visage now. But I mentioned earlier, a little bit of analysis for fun, that Alchemist is a bit of a fake gold hero because he has this inherent gold-based steroid based into his hero. Not only does he have the seed money facet, but of course he has the Greevil's greed innate. So in that regards, for Alchemist to have the impact he needs, he cannot be of equal net worth to the opponent. He must be ahead. It's built into the hero kit that there's an expectation for him to have more gold than his opponents. And of course, there are a number of heroes who are like that, but none to the extent of Alchemist. I mean, Doombringer, Ogre Magi a little bit, Anti-Mage a little bit, Arkward a little bit, but the big offender, of course, is the Alchemist. He always looks to out-farm the enemy carry, and then with the extra farm, have the item advantage to win the Dota game. But right now, he is neck and neck at minute 11 with Logical Dota 2. Top lane, Calling hits Six Dog. Six Dog will get snowballed forward by Knives. Cogs are on the floor. Six Dog dives. The trade is for Jinx. Boat comes on now. It will end up barely clipping the Viper. Crony will Viper strike, but there is no living. Simply death. But it'll actually bring down... Never mind, he will not bring down Logical. He time-lapsed just in time. As a result, it's a dead Viper, dead Muerta, and still a dead Clockwork. That's a 3-for-1 trade. And well, if you can do elementary level math, you know Dire won that team fight. If you can't, then well, What can you do? The big thing we are, of course, looking at is the Radiant's timing for off. He is not all that far from the relic, a little over 1,000 gold away. And when he has that, of course, his game will accelerate dramatically. But of course, Dire wants to bring him down before that happens. He cannot concoction, he'll stun the Kunkka, but there's no living. The Whirling Death from Timbersaw secures the last hits. And that Radiant's timing will have to wait a little bit longer. Meanwhile, mid lane Festival rolls in onto the Tusk. But Nyes will snowball back to safety. So no death for Nyes in my copy. 1 death for off. It's 17 kills now for, I guess, we doing Visage now. Only 8 kills for Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. Which, again, if you are a fan of Logical and friends on the Dire side, you're feeling pretty good right now, because the game is going really well for you. If you're a fan of the Radiant team, you're probably starting to panic, and the panic will not be satiated thanks to another death. That's 18 kills now. That's a 7th kill. Correction, a 9th kill for Logical Dota 2. A 7-kill streak, 9 kills in total, and I mean, he was pretty farmed the last game on the Ursa. He had a lot of kills on Ursa, but he's on pace to be even more farmed this game, and well, this could be a problem. Through the Twin Gate comes Alchemist. It's team fight time. This fight almost has to succeed. Concoction's been channeled, but Ichikuchi'd in time. They'll roll forward onto Tusk. Magnetize has been hit on 3. Torrent, the counterplay, both as well. Finger has been used on Earth Spirit. Snowball goes through, stunning 2. Festival dies off his fighting. Knives in the copy is very low, but still sticks on up. Earth Spirit is low. Earth Spirit will end up dropping. Concoction stuns Kunkka, and now it's counterplay time. Viper dead. Earth Spirit dead. Kunkka the trade once again. Weaver is hunting out Alchemist. Will end up being brought on down by the Weaver. Meanwhile, Hookshot comes in from Jinx looking for Six Dog. And Six Dog will barely die, but it will cost Jinx his life. He's got no TP, no spells, and now no HP. That's a full 5-man wipe. And a 5-for-3 trade in favor, of course, of I guess we doing Visage now. Of course, it's not a disastrous fight for the Radiant. They get a lot of XP and gold coming in, but they lose more in exchange. And notice, the Radiance is still delayed further. And it's a bit of a gamble when you play the carry role, especially a hero like an item timing based carry like the Alchemist, to go for a trade like that where you make that gank, you have to succeed. And well, unfortunately for the Radiant side, the gank did not succeed. And now the Radiant timing again is further delayed. It's minute 15. There's no Radiance. And Dire are hunting him again. They're hunting him again. Luckily, I think he'll barely buy the relic before the gank arrives. He buys the relic, so even if he dies here, and it looks like he's going to die here, he'll have the Radiance on the respawn. Lion leads the way. X Mark to follow. Into Torrents. Into Boat. Into Punch. Into, once again, Death. 24 kills now for the Dire side, but again, the Radiance has been finished, so it's not a complete disaster. Meanwhile, Off's teammates bring down that top lane, tier 1 tower. Of course, Logical wants nothing to do with anything in this top lane any longer. It's like, you know what, guys? I guess we doing topside farm now in the jungle. I don't want to be here. I'm not going to be here. No fun to be had, but surprisingly, there's a lot of free farm on both sides of mid. There's nobody on either side who's gone mid for the farm here. Which you see it a lot, of course. You see this sort of like split map farming concept, where you'll see all 3 lanes getting farmed, the jungle getting farmed, but so far neither team is overcommitting to split farm. They're playing team-based Dota, which of course I am never opposed to. I'm a classic Dota fan. I like team play. I like team-based Dota. I'm not a fan of that mamby-pamby play the economy crap. I mean, it's mathematically correct. But look, it's the objectively correct way to play Dota. But just because it's objectively correct doesn't mean I like it. I like what I like. I digress, though. Got a little bit on a tangent. We are back to discussing the actual Dota at hand. They're the Lincolns on Weaver. Logical's going for a little bit of a classic Weaver build here. Used to see a lot of Lincolns on Weaver a long time ago. You see a little bit less of it nowadays, but you know, in a game like this, there are some cool spells to block. A Concoction probably being the principal one, but you can block Viper Strike. You can actually not block all that much, but the stuff that you can block is pretty good. And on top of that, it gives you a lot of stats. You know, Weaver is a hero who loves to use every single component. He loves HP regen, he loves mana regen, he loves all attributes. So, in that regard, you're not too opposed to buying an item like Lincoln's on a hero like Weaver. In the Radiant Jungle, Huerta has been found, and now Huerta has been lost. To the grave, that's 25 kills for I guess we do in Visage now. X-Mark finds Festival, but he ended up rolling away at the right time, so good timing by Festival. Meanwhile, top lane's a 1v1, Logical and Crony. Crony TP's away to the fountain, where he will be safe. Shot in, finds Tusk. Lion stun, hits 2, Concoction, and thrown towards the Lion as well. Takram flies from Camel Farmer. Jinx is dropping, Festival dropping his roll, blocked with the Timber Saw. Festival goes down. They'll move to Clockwork. Logical kills him. Now they'll move to Alchemist. Nice Coffee is the trade by the magnetized damage. Now Oz playing the 1v3. Actually, the 1v4. I can't even count right now. 6 Dog will tick down to the Radiance. He'll try to keep you away, but no! There's an X-Mark. Bring him on back! There's death! And now, as the result, is a 4-for-2 team fight win for I guess we do in business. Now, the Muerta kill is not even included in that one, but it is a part of that tangential string, so yeah. After a pretty competitive game 1, and going on Viper mid lane, Viper is dead again. After a pretty competitive game 1 in which the Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku side showed great resilience and great willingness to play on, and they dragged on a game that seemed pretty lost and tried to recover the game state. They once again are going to be at a remarkably similar psychological and philosophic mindset, where again they're getting completely blasted. And honestly, they're getting blasted harder this game than they were last game. This is much worse than last game relative to the game state, as far as I can tell, because they were down by less last game when their carry was an actual carry and not Alchemist, who again is Mr. Gold steroid. So in that sense, it only says 11k net worth lead, but it actually feels a bit more than that, which is not a good sign. Good blink away, just blink forward by the Alk. Radiant know they have to fight here. Meanwhile, top lane, Jinx goes through the Twin Gate, but it's canceled by Knives My Coffee. Jinx will dive back to the Radiant Jungle. Roll in by the Earth Spirit will end up missing. It's currently only Jinx dead, but now through the Twin Gate come the remainder of the Dire team. Any stragglers will perish. Lion stuns Earth Spirit. Kunkka follows. The roll this time is not perfectly timed. Timber Chain in, and now Earth Spirit will perish. They'll move to Muerta, who pops the ulti, but well, at this point, there's nothing you can do but join your 2 teammates who are already dead. That's 3 more deaths, count them 3, for the side of Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. And what does our graph hold that thought me? Because Lion, once again, has the stun.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
What does the graph say? So only a 77% chance to win. Shocking. I thought honestly a little bit higher than that, but it is a 77% chance to win. The gold lead is big. The XP lead is also pretty damn big. So we are going to see, I guess we do a message now, run the train. They will congregate mid lane, though. Good rocket flare from Jinx. Never mind, there's a word there, so they already knew, but top lane, they'll go in for Logical. Can they kill him? No, they cannot. Meanwhile, mid lane, they'll jump in for the Earth Spirits. They'll BKB in time, it'll magnetize. We'll try to drive the team fight on, knowing Weaver's not there. Roll, hits Timber Saw, in comes Knives My Coffee. Hook shot stuns 2, and Camel Farmer dies. Meanwhile, Muerta and Alphas are being zoned away by the Weaver, so still that 3v2 fight on the east side. Nice, my coffee will get brought down by Viper now. 2-for-1 trade is fantastic for the Radiant side. Torrent hits Earth Spirit. Now he gets stunned by the Lion, and in comes the big bad Weaver. Concoction. It's a Hex! It's perfect from Six Dog! What a perfect Hex timing! Six Dog dies for the play, but it may be worth it. It's currently a 3-for-2. It's Kunkka and Weaver. Still fighting Muerta, Alchemist, and Viper. And the two will disengage. So you know what? We're in the lead state. We've lost the fight, but you know what? If we leave now, it's not a complete disaster. We only lose 2k. So what was a 14k net worth lead now turns into a 12k net worth lead. Obviously, it's still very, very substantial, but there are signs of life. Okay, how did Radiant win still? Radiant just need to do what they just did like 4 more times. If they do exactly what they just did like 4 more times, then things will be okay. Just do it again. Outplay your opponent, outmaneuver them, and kill them. Problem is, doing that's hard. Luckily for Kavoth the 6th string, you keep it away from the danger and got away from death. But there is always more death lurking. Timbersaw and Lion are their names. 2 of the 4 horsemen, of course, to join Death and Pestilence in this case, but as a result, Radiant disengage happily. And say, you know what, we don't want to die. Problem is the tower, bottom lane, cannot roll away from the enemy heroes. It ends up dying to the hands of the Weaver, who is statting it on up right now. Manta, Lincoln's Maelstrom. I guess we do a Medusa right now. This is like a Medusa-ass item build for Logical, dude. It really is. But honestly, if there's any one player in the league that I trust to item build properly, it's Logical Dota 2. Hook shot from Jinx. Roll as well. It both hit Lion. Lion will be our primary target. Snowball comes in from Knives and My Coffee. Lion stun hits 1. 6 Dog is dropping. In comes Concoction. Down goes Lion. The trade, though, is for Clockwork. So it's now a 4v4. Viper Strike hits Tusk. Tusk in a lot of danger. And now in comes the Weaver from the north side, looking to join the fight. It's currently a 3v4 if Weaver wants to initiate. But at this point, down both of his subs, he'll go towards the Muerta, who again will ulti. Concoction is Manta dodged by Logical. Actually, might have been Lincoln's blocked. But again, perfect play by Logical regardless. Whether it was actively using the Manta or passively doing nothing thanks to the Lincoln spell. Ends up being that 2-for-1. Of course, a 2-for-1 in this game state is fantastic for the Radiant side of Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. The net worth lead is down to 10k, which, again, every little bit counts. There is always a step 1 to your comeback, and step 1 is you stop the bleeding. And not only they stop the bleeding, they've reversed the bleeding a little bit. They're doing a pretty decent triage right now. Problem is, well, the bleeding might continue, because they find the one hero who cannot be caught, Alchemist, at the shallow end of the dire side jungle. He's easily brought down by 4, and well, that's bad. That's bad for Radiance. They do not want to lose an Alchemist. And furthermore, they don't want to lose Roshan, but just because they don't want to lose Alchemist, and they don't want to lose Roshan, doesn't mean they haven't lost the Alchemist, and that doesn't mean they're about to not lose Roshan, because those two things have happened. It is Dota 2. It is what is going to happen. Roshan will go to the dire side of, I guess we do it, Visage now. Aegis should go to the Weaver of Logidotes. And there it is. So Weaver has 2 lives. And in comes Camel Farmer, looking for Crony. Is there a TP cancel on Timbersaw? No, there is not. And he's not going to buy one. You see a number of Timbersaws buy a Yule Scepter. Some, though more rarely, buy a Hex. For now, though, Camel is opting for the I don't want to die build, which honestly, you know what? I get it. I truly do. But building to not die means that you can just sometimes TP away from Timbersaw. Alright, something's about to happen mid lane. How it'll happen, I'm not quite sure. Jinx pump fakes hookshot twice, and now Lion will blink into Hex Festival. Hookshot into the cogs, will find 2. Lion's half HP, Kunka's low on mana. Festival's BKB magnetizing its off self-stun. 6 dog TPs. That somehow works! How did that work? Now Snowball to hit Lion. Lion still dies in the fountain, despite being a little bit all chat Lion there, so... So Lion dies all the way in his fountain. Nobody in the actual fight died in the fight location, and that actually might be the end of our fights. Or maybe not. Thanks to a good observer reward, X Mark Torrent, Tidal Wave hits Kavoth the 6th ring, and now he's absolutely dead. Viper will force staff himself away with the 1-1 trade. Dire feel empowered to siege the mid-tier 2 tower. And well, that has happened. Tier 2 is dead. That is now a 5th tower taken by, I guess, we doin Visage now. It's simply that that tier 2 that remains outside of the high ground position. The outpost will now get taken, and again, we are just thinking about controlling the map further if you're on the Dire side. It's like, alright guys, we're feeling pretty good right now. We're pretty content to play the gameplay we're playing. We've got 2 lives on Weaver. We can perhaps push in the top lane, grab the tower, parlay that into the Tormentor. We never know here. Looking at Dire Vision, they see Alchemist once again. He's got BKB this time, though. Torrent misses. Timber Chain, Timbersaw forces BKB from off. Off, stuns 2, and now begins to run away. He'll get the swarm off him, but Dire pursue. BKB ends on Alchemist, but he'll remain alive. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Festival fights the 1v2. Roll forward, Magnetize hits the Tusk. Tusk is in a lot of danger, though Earth Spirit will lose his mana. Logical TP's in, Finger brings down the HP, ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's the next mark against off. Timbersaw will be your damage, but he's being zoned away by Jinx. Therefore, nobody dies. So, there's still 2 lives on Logical Dota 2 for a minute and a half. If he wants to do something, perhaps they could even ship the high grounds. And they'll go for Viper right now, who's defending the high ground. He's playing in the Vanguard, now gets dragged into the Radiant's dead zone. But will end up forecasting himself back to safety at the main body of his team. And again, we'll see south-north movements. From the side of the Dire, they'll now sweep northwest towards the Radiant side tri-camp once again. Looking at their vision, they're hunting. Both teams ping off. It seems like people know off is here right now. They're all eyes on off, as I mentioned earlier. They'll end up blinking to the west side. Now the smoke has broken. They'll jump Jinx, X-Mark, Torrent, Lion Stun, Tidal Wave, Swarm, Orchid. That certainly will do the job. He was surprisingly tanky for a very dead man there, but now they'll move to Muerta, and as the name would suggest, it is dying time. Double kill for Logical Dota 2. He's 18, 1, and 11 on Weaver right now. He is indeed beyond godlike, and nobody can stop him. He's got the Bloodthorn, and... well, the odds of Logical dying at some point in the rest of this game are not the highest. It can happen, of course. And the best chance will be somewhere in the next 4 or so minutes between him having no Aegis and not having BKB. Because once he gets the BKB and the next Aegis, he's just not going to die again. So your best chance will be soon. Bot lane, Blink Hex comes in from 6dog, finds Earth Spirit with a Bloodthorn from Logical, BKB from Festival. He'll roll to the southeast, he'll TP. It should work. And it will work. Snow looked for next mark play, but the cast range was not high enough. Therefore, the cast range wasn't high enough. He was not in range to use the spell. I don't know where I was going with that one, but it's all factual statements what I've been saying. Cast ranges are real, believe it or not. And we're just going to, again, we're playing the economic game. Alchemist is desperately trying to get whatever money he can. Meanwhile, I guess we do envisage now with their colossal control of the map will continue to farm more of the map. And every single time the Radiant leave the map into dangerous territory, they're being found. Timbersaw goes in for awful BKB. Logical wants to go. We've been stunned! He'll time-lapse in time, though. So no death for Weaver. Roll in with Festival. Hits nobody. Six Dog will sidestep hook shot. And now in comes the Kunkka Arsenal. Boats will not hit, but Jinx is still in a lot of danger. Weaver gets feared. And Tidal Wave hits 4! It's fantastic from Snow. Six Dog is dead, but it's a trade for Jinx. And now in cleans up the Timbersaw. Huerta has fallen. Earth Spirit is low, but it's a concoction. The stun on 2 from off. Snow dies. Huerta dies. Huerta buys back. Knives in the coffee dies. Now Timbersaw is being kited around. He'll try to TP away, but it's not going to work. Festival cancels his TP and cancels his life. And that is a colossal team fight win for Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku. Weaver was the lone survivor on low HP with time-lapse on cooldown. He wanted nothing to do with death. Had Weaver had died, it would have been a lot worse. It was a 4,500 gold swing. If Weaver dies there, that would have been over a 6,000 gold swing by my count, so... Of course, logical... That's a lot of gold. That's a lot of gold, guys. Oh my god. That's what? 2,200 gold taken right there by Logical in the jungle for his team? That's a lot of gold. But, importantly, he remains alive. Logical just needs to get to his BKB. Once he's BKB, he shouldn't be killable again, so... He's going for a ballsy play. He'll Bloodthorn the Viper. Viper will attempt... I think he tried to TP there. I'm not entirely sure what he tried to do there, but it did not work. He simply died. Meanwhile, on the north side, Jinx runs in, denies my coffee. Jinx will hookshot, but, well, he hookshotted right towards Logical. That is... Oh, that's like out of the frying pan into the fryer right there. And honestly, I prefer the frying pan, because the fryer is a real painful way to die.
Dire's middle tower.
One more double kill for Logical Dota 2, and the BKB has been finished. Debuff, immunity, and magic resistance certainly will not hurt in this game. It's a Bloodthorn from Logical looking from where... Oh, Huerta barely lives in the fountain. Close call. Is there a projectile on the way, actually? There might be a projectile on the way going to the fountain right now. Weaver is a very slow projectile speed going to the fountain.
Middle tower is under attack.
Okay, it's not going to come. Either got disjointed or already hits. And it seems like both the sixth string had an idea was coming because he was jiggling back and forth into the fountain, out and out. Wait a minute, guys. Are there attacks coming? Is my life in danger? Luckily, he's fine, but still, we're seeing the power of the Dire's lead. The thing we are waiting for, of course, is that second Roshan, but look who's coming top lane. It's our good friend, Roshan, who is going to die. I mean, I suppose we're all going to die in life, but he's going to die a lot more rapidly than the rest of us. The rest of us should live for hopefully decades. This guy will not live for the next 5 minutes. Unless somehow, some way, Dire go high ground without the Aegis, which would be very uncharacteristic for Logical to do. Especially after game 1, where they refused to go high ground with a 60,000 net worth lead. So to do that would be an interesting pivot in philosophy, let's put it that way. They'll end up stealing the Radiant side Tormentor, getting a free shard for Knives in my coffee. Six Dog will Hex Earth Spirit. Lion Stun has now been used. Huerta backs up Lion. Earth Spirit BKBs. Lion uses himself. And the Lion will die. Now Logical mans up. He says, you know what? I'm good for now. I'll let my team arrive. Kunkka leads the way. Festival rolls away. Hookshot forward. And it's tanked by a creep. Now Jinx is in danger. Camel arrives. Logical will Lincoln's block. He'll Alchemist stun. Alch BKBs. Logical still fighting. Now he'll BKB. But he's bashed by Off. Can they kill him? No, they can't. He'll time-lapse in time. Now Off is in a lot of danger. He's brought down by Timbersaw's whirling death. And now Festival will attempt to kill the Tusk. He's been torrented up by Snow. Meanwhile, Weaver is hunting Viper. Viper's in a lot of danger. Back to Earth Spirit, he's fine for the time being. Back to Viper, he's certainly not. That's now 2 deaths. Festival attempted TP. Will it work? It barely does. Snow was mid-animation on the X mark, but the TP was just in time. Overall, it's a 2-for-1 trade, 2 cores, your offlaner, and your carry for a Lion support. So, yeah, it's a win. For I guess we do Visage now. We'll naturally waddle on into the top side, Roshan Pit. They'll take the Aegis, they'll take the banner, and well, it seems like the obvious play is run it down the top lane. That's what I would do in the position. We'll see what they do. Earth Spirit is actually really far forward. Top lane, he'll end up rolling away. Meanwhile, Lion... Six Dog's doing something wild and wacky. Weaver goes in for the Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit ends up rolling away anyway, so hold his BKB for now. The Ag Scepter has been finished for Festival. That could be huge. Kunkka runs forward, still in the vanguard. He'll tidal wave the Muerta into the X mark. Both the 6 string is incredibly dead. Six Dog thought about fingering, but wait, I don't even need to. Instead, we'll go for Clockwork instead, and that's the finger target. Thanks to the walrus kick from Knives My Coffee. That's I think, like a snowball forward, kick back play. I didn't see the this part of it, but that part, that's an X mark right there. Mid lane, here we go. We're going high ground, 5v3, Muerta, Clockwork, both don't have buyback. Dire, of course, are very, very ahead, off. Looks to delay the siege. Snowball, kick forward, finds Earth Spirit. He'll BKB off the Bloodthorn. He will magnetize. He'll look for the Timbersaw, who's once again being rolled on. Gets forced by a teammate, still half HP. Festival, his BKB over, now gets hexed by Six Dog. Cornered up by Snow and brought down by the entire Dire team. And notably, he has no buyback. He bought out for the Aghanim Scepter, which I don't believe he even used in the team fights. Which is very, very unfortunate for Festival. And that might be our game. Mid-Rax certainly will die. Bot-Rax almost certainly will die. I don't see what's going to stop the 2 racks from happening. Six Dog hunts. The Crony 4 staffs away in time. Knives in My Coffee will get X marked back to the fountain. And will return on, let's say full HP, but it's higher HP. Close enough to full HP, I should say. 5v4, Dire Siege bottom. Logical gets jumped on. Is there a kill? Once again, good 4 staff. He still has 2 lives and a BKB. Well, bash Kunkka instead, but he's healing the Bloodstone. At least he's trying to. He'll end up eventually dying, but the trade is for Off. And Off has no buyback. And now we're crumbling. Muerta dies. Clockwork dies. Clock is a buyback. And they're going for the fountain. They're going all the way to the fountain to bring down Crony. He's been kicked away. Triple kill for Camel Farmer. Six Dog has an absolutely fantastic jump there. He dies for it, but that's a good trade. And now, again, we might not see Megas because we might just go Throne. Everybody's dead right now. Earth Spirit's going to respawn. The subs are up in 20, but look at the cores. They're dead for a hell of a long time. They can buy back, notably, but they have to buy back if they want to defend the Megas. And at some point, you have to take your stands. If you don't take your stand, you're going to lose. There is no next game. There is no next series. If your Throne dies, it's GG. You are done. And here we go. We're smoked up onto. Roll in. The Shivas. Logical's half HP, but still has 2 lives. In comes the buyback from Viper. Off is holding his for now. Logical BKBs. Timbersaw's being kited on. Timber chains on the northeast side. Crony wants this kill desperately. Can he kill him? Probably not. And Camel again will chain further away. Knives gets silenced. Is now half HP. The roll will hit and Tusk falls. Alchemist is alive at 8. Clockwork dies to Logical, but then buys back. Roll in will be off the mark. Now Logical will use the Swarm. Looking for Earth Spirit. Clockwork has 6 shot in 18. Once again, Festival rolls forward. Logical still Shikuchiing on around. This man is one slippery, skittering little bug right now. And as a result, he'll not get locked down. So technically, the game continues. There are racks top lane. There are tier 4s. There is a Throne. But barring a miracle, this game is decided. But miracles do happen. Radiant have exactly 1 buyback right now. If they get gold, they could have 3 buybacks. 2, of course, are on cooldown, Clockwork and Vipers. Logical still has 2 lives. Temporarily, but that is, again, very, very temporary. He's lurking on around, Shikuching to the south side. His cooldown is very short. He'll Bloodthorn Viper. Viper holds his BKB for now. Lionstone misses. A rare mistake from Six Dog. And now, he's forced to BKB anyway. That's very unfortunate for Crony. So it's BKB on cooldown. Did Weaver use his? Weaver did not. That's one more key resource on cooldown. Makes a hard job that much harder. Off will once again play in the Vanguard for the Radiant team. Logical. Will Bloodthorn Festival. He'll swarm. He's buying time to perhaps kill buildings. Range racks the target. They too will crumble. We're 1 barrack away from Megas. Kick hits 1. Logical once again is hitting. Snowball forward by Knives in My Coffee. Force Sass will kite around the tusk. Now BKBs. Logical looks for an angle. He moves to Jinx. Both the 6 string is dead. Jinx is dead. Both have no buyback. Knives in My Coffee is the trade, but it's such a hard fight to go for. Hex hits off. Awful BKB. He's desperately trying to fight. He wants the Weaver. Weaver only has 1 life. He needs a billion bashes, but instead, he has been destroyed. He does have a buyback. He'll use it. It's desperation time. Festival has stoned himself. They're fighting 3v4. Snow will fall. And now Muerto got gold from the assist goal to buy it back. Festival also buys back. Six Dog goes down. It's currently a 2v4. Dire the 2. They secure the Megas, and Weaver still saves. But he needs to be careful. BKB on cooldown and no Aegis. The calling barely misses. That's a tragic tale for Muerta. And Weaver returns back in. He goes for Muerta. Muerta oversteps. Felt too confident in the 2v4. And that turns into a 2v3. So, I guess we do a message now. They want to go and secure buildings. And buildings most certainly were secured. Magical's feeling so confident, he's returned back into the Radiant base. He says, you know what? You guys can't kill me. I'm Logical to Dota 2. I have 26 kills, 21 assists, and a solitary death. I dare you to kill me. And they've tried over and over and over and over and over again. But it's this Sisyphean, Promethean style torture. It is endless. They simply cannot kill him. Again, at a certain point, one must imagine happy birthday Hatsune Miku happy because they keep trying to kill Logical. And they keep playing on. A lesser team with lesser mentality would have GG'd out a long time ago, but they know what the stakes are. They know this is their last series. And they know that there have been crazy comebacks before. This one may be too much to bear, but you never know. Dire once again R5. It's a straight 5v5. Manta Dodge misses. Force Staff, though, will get Crony away from the danger. Snowball. Bring Knives very deep into the Radiant base. This could potentially be a dead Tusk. Tusk will Rawlers kick the Viper. Mima on the back is off. Jumps in for 6 off. So the Lion is dead. Problem is his BKB is ending on off quite soon. Me's got no buy. That's a dieback on the carry. With him dead, it's desperation time again. It's currently a 3v3. It's Lion and Tusk, but it's for Alchemist and Muerta. And now they go to Viper. Viper will BKB, he'll run away. So will Clock for the title. It brings him back towards the warm embrace of the Weaver. Weaver will kill him again in the Fountain Festival. BKBs, he's rolling, he's kicking, he's pulling, he's doing every button he has. But Weaver's still absolutely fine. And still has BKB and Satanic. Oh no. 2v3, it's desperation time. Logical will use Satanic. He'll Bloodthorn Festival. He'll get tidal waves back. Oh no, he's dead. He's got no buyback. It's Viper against the world, and the world most certainly will win. The GG is called. And I guess we do message now advance to the top 8. Taking down Happy Birthday Hatsune Miku 2-0. So, for those who are keeping track of which groups are winning games, that put Group B, the buzzing bee, up to 6 wins. Group B, the letter, will remain at 4 series win. We have played 10 series so far. 6 in the losers bracket, 4 in the winners brackets, and it's currently 6-4. So there have been some very good showings by both groups in playoffs. This is not the most one-sided playoffs of all time, of course. That'll be the season that that Urban Wars made the grand finals, and the literally every other team in the top 8 might have been from another group, but that's a different issue. For I guess we do in Visage now, they're a team that of course came into the season with high expectations. They have a lot of players who want to win. A number of players here have made very deep playoff runs, and for a player like Logical to secure the W would be a really big feather in his cap. He's won 2 Lads Pluses. He's won plenty of other amateur leagues. He's made the finals of Lads, but he's never won a normal Lads season. To make a winner's run of this length all the way through the losers brackets would be pretty epic. And we've seen it before. We saw it last season. PMA's team lost in round 1 of winners. They go to the losers, and they go slap, slap, slap all the way through to the grand finals. Of course, for anybody who lost in round 1 of winners, that's what you're trying to channel, but that's, of course, a lot easier said than done. For happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. Again, not the season they were hoping for, unfortunately. I personally had them as the best team in their group. They ended up finishing 5th in the group stage. They got a playoff win. They do finish top 12, but unfortunately their road comes to an end. A good season, but of course short of what they were hoping for, I'm sure. So, as a result, this Logical team will play the winner of Wilted Roses and the Underdogs. That series has not been scheduled yet. I believe it'll be later this week. I think it might be like a Monday or a Tuesday series. Either way, good series. Congratulations to happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. Wait, I'm sorry. Congratulations to, I guess we do in Visage now on their 2-0 victory. Commiserations to happy birthday, Hatsune Miku. Misspoke on that one, but that is Dota 2 for you sometimes. Thank you to the viewers for tuning on in tonight, especially those of you who stuck through the endless pause. For those of you in particular, I really appreciate those viewers, because obviously we were there for upwards of 15 minutes of just me talking over nothing. So, but of course, I appreciate all my viewers, and especially as well. Thank you to Sniper for the sub. Always appreciate the subs, of course. I'm pretty confident I will be back on Monday nights. Monday night for a very, very high stakes, big name losers bracket matchup. Monday nights, 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be seeing the 3-time Lads champions. I don't care. Sign me up, the KU team, taking on the #1 team in the group stage, the Funny Zone. One of the 2 teams who both came in with championship hopes, and both who had people thinking they would win the season. Well, one of them will not even make the top 8. So that'll be exciting. That'll be beyond exciting, hopefully. We'll have to see who ends up taking that brawl between titans. Other than that, though, if you want to cast your games, cast your tournaments, you know where to find me. It's on Discord, Badger Pablo on Discord. Of course, you can find me through the Lads Discord, or you can just add me and PM me, I guess. But also, you can find me on twitter.com/BadgerDota2. Yeah. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great night.